You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Something called My People. Put your hand together. Let me bring on stage Wayne Head, better known as Watchman.
I'm an African, I'm a West Indian, I'm a Trinbagonian. Yes, all these things are true. But I'm a working man, a Calypsonian, I'm your fellow human. Yes, I am one of you. But every time I ask you to choose your people, you start using color and class one time. But as a man who knows how it is to struggle, let me tell you how I choose mine. Like if a man could sell on the highway all day just to try and live honestly, and would break it back in a quarry for small pay. Anytime he wants, he can walk with me. But if you call yourself a top lawyer, but go to court and lie to try to save a drug pusher, if Dolce the money make you fat while your conscience grows small, you're a leech and you're not my people at all. Rise up, my people, let the world know you are alive. Let them see that despite all struggle, my people are bound to survive. Men go walk over here and then beg father just to get $1. Yes, we want to be rich. We don't have money, but we'll play lottery because we think we're lucky. Yes, back and forth we switch. But some of the rich people you admire, their business is laundering drug money. And when they try to outsmart the mafia, the grave is a cane field in Caroni. But if a man could sell cloth and barra on a bike, and 20 years later he gets wealthy, he could build up as many plazas as he likes. That is the progress I want to see. But if today a man broke and hungry, and tomorrow he driving posh motor car, my people may never own a Ferrari, but at least we could get old and retire. Rise up, my people, let the world know you are alive. Let them see that despite all struggle, my people are bound to survive. There are autocrats playing Democrats to control you peewats. Yes, that's your legacy. Talking integration, but to their children teach segregation. Yes, divided unity. So you only go to shows that have your own people. Africans go to Pan, Indians Diwali, Naga. But when the both of you come out your shows and you miss your vehicle, well, it's your own people thief your motor car. But if a man could marry a woman, not his race, and both of them could live as one family, and their children play with your children, no disgrace. That is the essence of unity. But if a nightclub refuse me entry, saying gully walks can mix with the so-called whites, that white boy who killed short to skip the country, cause in local jail every night is gully walk night. Rise up my people, let the world know you are alive. Let them see that despite all struggle, my people are bound to survive.
Wait here, the watchman. Hey, watchman. Hey. Rise up, my people.
Every man's a brother, and love thy neighbor, just words on paper. Yes, we pay lip service. We go hug another, but in we corner go cuss him mother. Yes, supreme prejudice. Some Indians and whites will make it their business to hug the resources for their own clan. We Negroes will boast that how we ain't racist, because we always sleeping with Indian woman. But if a man could feed all the vagrants on the streets, my people will honor him for his deeds, and will save all the battered women that he meets. These are the things that my country needs. But if a man call himself a pundit and have a newspaper, he says to protect the poor, but only poor naked woman inside it. When that pervert dead, they should bring him back as a whore. Rise up, my people, and let the world know you are alive. Let them see that despite all struggle, my people are bound to survive.
Wait here, the watchman.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's In the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's 6 to 9 p.m. US time and 7 to 10 p.m. Trinbago time. So let me bring in 130 DAG Triplets in the Village with the DAG Triplet, no other than Diana, Waveney, Donald, Benskin.
Yeah. What up? Hey, my people, rise up, rise up. Yes, rise up.
Rise up. The UNC sent a bug on my computer, boy. As soon as I log on and I finish, rise up.
No, that wasn't the UNC. That was PNM.
What tax, boy?
That PNM trying to shush.
The UNC give you a what tax, boy?
PNM trying to rise up, my people. Get up, stand up for you, right? Yeah. Let we go.
Tommy, welcome, boy. Tommy.
There we go.
Hey, Aslam. Good evening to the village. Good evening to the village and to the other two DAG Triplets there.
Yeah. Let me bring in tonight. The other other than the Phantom, boy. Phantom be inside.
I carry my TT flag.
Yeah, out of tongue.
I carry my TT flag. Yes, I ready. I tired and fed up now.
What you carry that flag for?
I was at Trini tonight, all you. I was at Trini. No Bajan. I was at Trini tonight.
You just was with Mia?
Yeah. No, I ain't vexed with Mia. I was at Trini tonight. I'm fighting for Trini.
No. That's all right. You already did.
Red, white, and black. This is the dead. Red, white, and black. Yeah, let me get that.
Agenda? You sure you don't have a hidden agenda?
I have a hidden agenda. Red, white, and black. Yeah. Red, white, and black. That's it. Yes, it.
So, Nadia was inside first tonight. Nadia coming early tonight, boys. Nadia, the thing done going fast already, and we have to restart the computer. So Nadia, your thing gone. I know where it is, but I know Nadia was first in tonight.
Everybody wants to know what flower is this on my head. Y'all could call it whatever all you want.
No. See me saying nothing about your flower, about your red flower.
Some say a hummingbird hibiscus.
Hummingbird on the hibiscus.
Yeah.
That look like one of them birds that have on the
It's a headpiece. It's a headpiece when your hair ain't done right. So I hide in a bad hairdo.
That look like one of them birds that be going on the highway. This is Solomon who try highway to Port.
No, that ain't. This is no kobo. This is no kobo.
You see. I never say that.
You're seeing real good.
Yeah? I had on kobo feathers the other night, but this here is no kobo. Good. Red, white, and black. Yes, let's get up and go.
So Nadia, all you're only seeing things from 6 o'clock, eh? So little run horn and breadstick and breadfruit and all them go start to make noise. Oh, I ain't reading the thing, eh? Curtis Monteshad boy, Chumaka came in the house. Takesha, what tax Kitty Cafe inside? Lana, you inside?
Lana.
Breadstick
Richard,
inside.
what Richard Ramroot said? Rowley won't give me a Trinidad.
That flower, no Diana.
What? Rowley won't give me a Trinidad passport. I don't need a Trinidad passport. The places I go, I have the right passport to go where I want to go. So they can keep that if they want. Yes, but they can't. What?
We take away your passport.
Let me take away my passport.
What's that called? Take away your ID card.
I
Where your
refuse.
ID card? Show me your ID card now.
Let me take away nothing from me. Let me take they refuse to give it back to me.
Diana,
No.
you see your fish sticks there? You see that looking like plastic seed?
Like plastic seed? Whatever fish stick. Red, white, and black.
Diana, show me ID card. I could show. I know Tommy could show you ID card.
I have an ID card.
I could show my ID card.
Okay, go ahead.
Where ID card? Show it now.
In the archives in Trinidad and Tobago, and I have the number. I have
my
registration number, and they wouldn't go and do it because they say I'm not a resident. So let her keep it now.
Go and try to get a pension with that.
I don't want a pension from them. Let her keep it. I don't want that. Let her keep it.
Lana say you don't need a passport to come. Come like the venue on a boat.
Oh, talk, Lana.
Richard Ramroop, welcome. Nadia, Albert Montano boy, good evening, Albert, to you. Lana, you're inside. Rose, you're inside. Little Ron Horner, who go to sit in the corner, you're inside. Breadstick. Good night, everyone. Hey, look, my good. Hey, Claudia, is a man or a woman?
We don't know. Somebody say a guy.
Claudia, we want to see a picture. You gotta, Claudia, you gotta send a check for you just to be sure. All right, Richard Ramroot. Good night to you, Claudia. All of you.
Wait. Today, Claudia cook what? Rice curry, shrimp, and curry body. What? All eating good.
Cook that?
Yeah.
Hey, Rajvi want to know if he said he did for the Parang Fiesta. What Parang Fiesta we having? When we having that?
Well, the SOE lifted now, you know.
You know that's true, you know.
Not until the end of the month. Not so fast. We still have how many days? We have 20 more days before it lifts.
Claudia says she's a woman. Excuse you. Okay, Claudia, let him know.
No, I just asked a question because when I send in sweet talk for Claudia, I want to send sweet talk for a man, you know. Next thing you know.
Oh, Hailey is a man. Claudia is a woman. Okay.
Hey,
Hailey is a man.
You know, Diana, we had a thing up in Chumaka. You know, say, you know, when you see a fella, they say, no, I take a man for you.
Oh, Lord.
Say, hey, don't take no man for me, but I will take man for myself.
I never take man for nobody.
No, you see, nobody else none with you.
Never take man for nobody.
His man. Rose says she daughter took a second Pfizer yesterday. Got some fever and headache. She doing good then. Hey, look, breadfruit. Look, breadfruit cake inside.
Oh, breadfruit. Oh, God. That's why they just call you all them names.
Breadfruit cake that's coming.
Well, Albert.
Go ahead, Tommy. Tommy was getting a little feedback there from you. Go ahead.
Dual citizenship and my TNT passport valid for 10 years as my Canadian. Okay.
We're hearing somebody in the back of you, Tommy, talking.
Yeah, somebody in the back, Tommy. Lana say, well, all you see, Ron, Takisha want to know things. All you see when I was on the show, it had no tech. Yeah.
So Victor had to change his location. He said, give him about 5 minutes. He should be joining us soon. Let's watch out for him.
All right. We going in a P&M constituency?
Ooh! You like the pelt boulder. When somebody throw back a rock in your tail, you don't like it.
What wrong with you? Look. Not Albert Montano. What Albert say, right? Takisha was there. 5 more murders over the last 24 hours and 5 more COVID-19 cases plus 12
Oh
deaths.
my God.
Oh
my God.
Don't worry, Daddy. Go be begging for Gary Griffith just now. Watch and see.
Who begging for Gary Griffith? Gary, come on, man. Be glad, you know, Trinidad excel when they lose, when they get rid of that loser.
I feel Gary might have to do a better job than Gary Griffith. You know?
Please, man. Please. Run DMC, the boss himself. Hey, Nadia, you calling Run DMC? Nadia, you got me vex, you know. You calling Run DMC the boss?
Nah, man, Tommy, the Prime Minister lost confidence in me too.
Whoa! Whoa!
Because you see, I will stay.
Hi,
I'm very
Carice.
persistent. I will go after the good boys together with the bad boys.
Hey, I ain't see Vonnie Robert. Hey, hey, Diana, Albert want to know if the DPNM silence Wall Street.
Yeah, they probably did. That's when you was off the air. They put a bug. They know where he was, and they sent a bug to the computer.
Yeah. No, that the UNC bug. Fish
No,
stick say,
that
and some recuse himself. Breadfruit say,
yeah,
and some recuse himself.
yeah. That's the PNM. I'm a
Eh?
flag woman. Flag woman.
Hi, Carice.
Flag woman. Do your thing. Who
Oh,
sing that, Kitchener?
yeah. Rajvi say, oh, I really see wall on Eon rundown. I wonder if that's why you missing. What you, Rajvi? What are you talking about?
Anybody from
Rajvi?
Tobago in the house tonight? I want to hear
Yeah,
from
Not
me.
yet.
people of Tobago.
Yeah, me.
Hey, is Rajvi the chutney singer?
I don't know these people, man.
Yeah, I born in Trinidad and Tobago. How much more Tobago you want?
No, but you're not.
You ain't see I tick like a butterball too? Well, I from Tobago. Well, who else you
You
want?
tick like
A butterball.
a butter ball.
Yeah, that's what Sparrow say. All them Tobago woman tick like a butterball. Yeah.
See, Diana holding she Jandy and she got some flowers there. She having
Nah,
puja or what?
stick to poetry.
Yeah.
Stick to
Yeah.
poetry.
Nah,
Yeah.
don't take that.
I
Tell the poets my
I
calypsos.
Stick to poetry.
I don't listen to he. I listen to he. Maya Angelou sang calypso and thing before she became a famous poet.
But
Duh.
poets
But
write good
you,
songs.
but you
Thank
already a
you.
famous poet. You already a famous
Thank
poet.
you.
Why you trying to go
Thank
and talk
you.
calypso now?
All them Tobago girl tick like a butterball.
Hey,
Yeah,
I thought it was a case of ball.
it's a butterball.
you know,
Okay,
Dana,
Yeah.
you could
copyright.
do it
You're
simple.
gonna
You
get
could do it
copyright
simple.
infringed.
Claudia, hi to you too. Hi,
Oh
Claudia.
God.
How are you? Claudia, how you doing?
Hey, answer.
Yeah.
So you see the Prime Minister warning Tobago, eh? To be
What you wanting
careful
them
how they
for?
vote, eh? Fear warning, eh?
What you calling for? What you wanting them for?
Be careful how they vote.
Warning them.
What do you mean?
No, he ain't warning them, he threatening them.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Oh, listen, if it wasn't a threat, or they would have make up something to say is a threat.
But it ball in the public domain. What you
But
mean? The man
Aslam, you
left
gotta hear it
behind
for
what you have to
yourself, you
say?
know.
What you
You
mean?
have to
Yeah.
hear it for
Something.
yourself.
But
Aslam, you
here,
gotta
And
hear it for yourself and make a judgment.
are the video.
The
the
man
You
left
body
play it,
language.
let's play it so we can analyze it together.
All right, I go play it. And all you, I want to play that
Thanks,
one.
Erica. I will sing.
By the
Thank
way, I
you.
like that song you had in the beginning there. You get that song for me. You gotta play that back later.
Yeah.
Oh,
That,
you mean all the Tobago woman tick like a case
yeah.
of ball?
I'm going to my phone. I'm gonna do my phone because I want the thing to cut off because I'm using a hotspot here.
Oh.
What? Richard Ramut, Wall Street, you're calling fouls? What? You think they soccer? What? Calling foul? Richard Ramut, what are you talking about? Hey, Rajvi, send me the chutney and sing now. Rajvi. Rajvi don't fella say singing chutney, right?
Yeah, Dulahin, Mela, Dulahin. Kuchi gun ban hey. Yeah. Kuchi
Yeah.
gun ban hey. That's chutney.
Are sweating on the white elephant. What are you saying?
I have no idea.
Well, look, why doesn't even know what that fella be talking about, you know? Like, I heard Albert Montana say here I should backing lot. What she was backing about, Albert? Because I don't know. No.
I don't follow them people.
Oh, yeah, Diana. Richard
Well,
Ramuk say, Diana,
well.
don't say that, you know, because Rowley will not give you a Trinidad passport now.
I know
No,
they can't
you
stop
don't
me
take
from my
pussy passport already,
Ah,
goofy.
please. Oh, look,
Please,
if
man.
I want my passport, I can get my passport. Don't you start
But
me now.
But
Don't start me. All right, good.
show me your Trinidad passport now.
Don't start me now.
Show me your passport now.
I can get my passport if I push hard enough.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, I don't
you show
want
me a
it
Trinidad
because the
passport?
passport I have now, I can get into any country. And the secondary passport, I get into more countries than the Trinidad passport.
Show me your Trinidad ID.
I have Bajan ID and US ID. I don't need no Trinidad. I have a Trinidad birth paper. That's good enough.
You sure you have that? What that
Yep.
is?
I could go and find it for you and bring it and show you now.
You get it in Barbados?
No, I got it in I got it in Arima when I stopped in a long line and I paid for 6 copies.
Okay.
Where you get a new birth certificate?
Yeah, the one that looked like a $50 bill, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, then you could have
you get that?
Oh, you mean if I get that? Oh, you mean if I get that?
How come they give you that?
Because I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, where you want me to shut down the place down there.
Go ahead and
Please.
apply for your passport.
I don't need no Trinidad, but let them keep that now. Let me get to Venezuela now. I can't be bothered.
No, we gotta do that now. We gotta have a village prang and shoot, boy. Hey, Erica John, pleasant good evening to you as well, boy. Chumaka in the house, boy.
So
yes, fish sticks. That's Barbados version of chutney. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Albert Montana, you're right. I had dual citizenship too. Tommy, we all born and bred Trinidadians.
Thank you.
Not DB. DBs are born Bajan.
I am a born Trini. I have citizenship of Barbados, Trinidad, and the United States, and Jamaica. Take that.
Wait. Where's your Trinidad pass? I
don't need no Trinidad passport to do what I just go. Let them keep it now. I don't need that.
Hey, little Ron Horner says, have some respect for me, Walls. I'm an alpha male. What? Alpha? He's an alpha male?
I mean, he's the head of his household. He's the firstborn.
Well, no, I part of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. I don't know if he's a fraternity. Alpha male is a fraternity.
Alpha, beta, or kind of whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. But we already have our guest sitting in the background, eh? Let's bring in a guest. PNM Fire GG. How the PNM Fire GG? You didn't hear what the man say in the you see how them fellas just only run them out? Did you listen to Gary Griffith on Fazia Mohammed? Did you listen to him? Who he blame? He blamed Blissy Prasad.
Oh.
Gary, you didn't hear that, right? Gary didn't hear that. I don't think Gary heard that. Gary, you didn't hear that, right? Nah, he didn't hear it. Yeah, he didn't even answer. He didn't hear it. Don't worry. Curry's good night. Good night. Listen to this other one. Listen to breadfruit. Breadfruit cake. Right? 100 murders and GG gone. Breadfruit cake. Give me the facts now. 100 cents he gone. Give me the facts now, breadfruit cake. You see those make things up? They're just throwing spaghetti on the wall and see what goes stick.
Maybe that's correct. You don't know. They have a murder dashboard now. Like they have a COVID dashboard.
What's the Tommy? You in Trinidad?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Takis, let's say we want to know what happened in Tobago. So it's 100 murders since Gigi out, right? Gigi was the man for who was responsible for the second highest murders in Trinidad and Tobago, right? In the history of the country, right? Since he gone, the murder rate going up, right? It's flying up, right, Tommy? You in Trinidad? Tell me that.
Propaganda. That's propaganda.
Oh God, Tommy, not Tommy, boy. Tommy, them fellas, Tommy, breadfruit and them go get vexed. You know?
It's a little different to before and after. It's the same crap.
Oh,
look, I have a guest here telling me it's the same thing.
Yeah, Erica boy, love until in the house. All you hear that? Who was that? Who was saying that one? Who is it? Breadfruit cake. Breadfruit. You hear what Tommy just said? Oh, let me bring him a guest, eh?
Yep.
What? Nadia say, nah, I like Nadia, you know. Nadia say, answer you're not easy. You want the PNM laugh out loud. Nadia, that's why I like Nadia, you know. Until she started to cuss me.
Lana say in Trinidad, I ain't check. She told me.
Tommy boy, what is that one, Tommy boy? Oh, you
Lana
go
is
check the
all the way
codes,
on
boy.
point, no?
Tuna Puna.
She in Puna.
Yeah,
Very
my,
far from Toko.
Yes, Metro.
she in my birthplace,
Yep,
Pache.
yep,
So she
breadfruit
all the
cake.
way up in Toko.
Here, breadfruit cake. Beta walls. What is that beta? What is beta?
I don't know.
Isn't beta what else call them other people? Beta? Is beta or
Well,
beta?
alpha, beta, that mean you're not number one.
No, beta is Hindi word too.
Yeah, beta is a Hindi word.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
not
saying.
beta, it's Beti.
Betty
Well,
is the woman, beta is the man.
right,
Mm.
but you see, breadfruit cake don't even know what you want to write. you make it, you make it some kind of mistake. Hey, breadfruit cake. I will bring you in my class. You even know what you want to say. What you want to say, Betty?
Tommy, did you reach out to Dr. Muhammad yet?
Not yet.
Oh, come
Hey,
on. You like a regular Trini boy. Let's just wait now. Soon
what?
now. Oh God,
What yesterday?
Tommy.
Yes, Walls. I heard him say that. Who? The
I
Prime Minister?
have work going on in my residence.
Mean say, mean him, you know. Oh, look, run the MC called Mad Dance.
Is Victor there?
Yeah, we bringing him in 2 minutes. Tommy in Trinidad, yeah, boy, Tommy boy. I would have vexed too, you know, boy. Yeah, Richard Ramrub de Curries. Where Rajri? I feel Rajri gonna sing a chutney, you know. Rajri.
He laughed at my singing, so.
Rose gonna be home for lunch.
What is that? When you lock up an issue, he keeps repeating him like the painting of the apartment and
Oh
Gigi Moses.
Lord.
Listen to him. Look,
Bring in
man.
the guest now, Ansel.
Yeah,
Don't
but
go
wait, no,
Durant
man.
off on it. Oh
He trying
God.
to get support. Listen to Laurent Horner. Nuts. He cast on in his own corner, you know. He had a brilliant carrot cake. I mean carrot nuts. Or breadfruit nuts. Whichever one it is. Nuts. You realize what shit you're thinking? When he lock on an issue, he keeps repeating himself like the painting of the apartments. And Gigi most know this. But what is it not factual, little Ron Horner? What is it? You see, that's the problem all you have in Trinidad. All let us only do things for 24 hours and then we'll move on to the next thing. We in America, who are globalized, that's a new word, globalized, right? When we decide to deal with important things, just like we deal with here in WZYE 95.9 FM, and how we dealt with exile and stranded citizens, when we lock on there, we lock on, boy. I'm not bringing me guests, Hello, Mr. Victor Roberts. Welcome to the Village with the DAG Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, the DAG Triplets is DAG. D is Diana. She's considered to be the storm. A is myself. I am Ansem Flash of Wall Street. G is Gary. Gary is considered to be the phantom. And Tommy is considered to be the commissioner, a commissioner in Newark. And he has another name, but we're not going to call him by that other name anymore. Welcome, sir, to Indie Village with the DAG Triplets at WZYE 95.9 FM.
Okay, pleasant good night to all, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I know you was listening to the little back and forth in the background there. You know, we have many different people in this group here. We have a varied amount of people, you know what I mean? And I guess you are the guy who's been are you in Labre?
Yes, sir.
What constituency are you in? You're in Labre. Okay.
Labre constituency.
So tell us what's going on in your constituency. Tell us some good things too, right? We want to hear. We don't just want to hear much portfolio, how much house breakdown. You know, all you have to get is something good. Go ahead.
I think what is good in Labre is the people. That is what is good in Labre. What is also good in Labre is the wealth that comes out of Labre. And I think those are the two best things that we have in Labre at this point in time.
But wait now, do I
Are you
pitch
there?
in Library? Do you not pitch in Library? Right?
Well, we have pitch in library, but China is more benefited from the pitch than us. Because
But
if
that's
we
a
were
good
benefited from the if we were benefiting from the pitch in library, then of course you would not have been telling me not to speak about the potholes.
but Victor, you don't think that's a good thing if we have pitch in Library, whether it's the
13
Chinese
SB.
gain it or we gain it? You don't think that's a good
What
thing?
address?
Well, of course,
Mute Gary.
it's a great thing, but the problem with the resources in Trinidad and Tobago is while it is a great thing that is in our country, the problem with it is we don't benefit from the resources of our country. That is where the problem lies, especially within the constituency of Labray, which you, of course, will know, being a Trinidadian, will know that Labray was once the mecca of Trinidad and Tobago. The constituency of Labray, Point, and Faizaban were the constituencies that really build the economy of Trinidad and Tobago as a result of the oil and gas throughout the years. What has happened as time goes on is that we move from one stage to another. And one of the problems in the constituency of Labray is that the people, I heard you earlier on mentioning to someone with Gary Griffith and the crime rate and so on and so on. But the problem in Labray is that the people of Labray, they have allowed themselves to be fooled over the years. In Labray, we are starving for representation. And we are starving for representation for years because, a matter of fact, I will share this with you. I am one of the individuals who work alongside Hedge Brea during his tenure. That's before Jeffrey and Oliver came in the picture. And even so, at that point in time, Labray, the wealth of Labray was moving out of Labray to other areas within the country. We have had Petrotrin, which came out of Trinidad Tisoro. Well, it goes quite back, as you know, from the days of Shell and BP and all those, and then we move up, we continue to graduate, we come to Trinidad Tisoro, then we went to Trintopec, and then we come to Petrotrin. And during that period, over the years, what we see happen in Labray is that even while Labray were mining the rest of Trinidad and Tobago, the people of Labray, because of the lack of representation, we would not benefit from the wealth that come out of Labray. Within the oil sector, we have had people from all over Trinidad come to Point Fortin, Faizaban, Labray to work in the oil field. When we of ourselves were seeing problem to get through, while we had qualified persons at one point in time, I was a supervisor, started off as a floorman, went up to directman and headman, and then I went to supervisor from a supervisory position with Santana, which was a contractor in the oil industry. And we had problems with people getting employment over the years in Labray. Labray continued to suffer from days of Ian Anthony. We had Alexis who was independent first. We had Ian Anthony came in. After Ian Anthony, we went straight up to this man from Sipra here, Albert Richards, and then we come to Hedge Brea, and from Hedge Brea we moved to Mr. Jeffrey, and then we come to Oliveri, and now we have McClashy, Stephen McClashy, which the people of Labray, you will very well find on social media, who call McClashy the ghost because he is not to be seen. But we have never really benefited from the wealth that come out from Labray. And this is one of the reasons why Labray remain the condition that it is in. A matter of fact, Labra is one of the worst constituency in terms of infrastructure development. Everything in Labra right now at this point in time is abandoned. We have
But
the
Victor, I don't mean to stop you there.
yeah.
So you're telling us that Labra is worse. Well, two of them starts with L, right? So you're telling me that Labra is worse than Lavantil?
Worse than Lavantil.
When is
Worse
the
than
last?
Lavantil. Yeah.
Lavantil hasn't had any development in the past. How much years, boy? I left Trinidad 44 years now. Last 44 years. Labra hasn't had any construction, anything done in Labra in the last 44 years. I'm just asking because I don't know. I'm asking.
Right. We had, so I could tell you all that we had in Labra over the past couple of years. We had the Palo Seco government primary school that was constructed under the tenure of Basio Bande.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Rosina Hindu School,
Mm-hmm.
which was constructed under the UNC.
Mm-hmm.
We have absolutely, apart from the Mitsubishi plan again, which came under the UNC, which had a lot of discrepancies in terms of protests and so on within the area. Other than that, we have absolutely nothing.
So let me say this. In the last 2 years, Lavantil got a pool. I know that the last thing they got a pool. And when people belly hurting them, they have to go to that pool and drink water. That is how it is when they're hungry. I'm trying to figure out what else I know. I'm not saying that I know everything, but I know about the pool. So education is key. So education is very important. So at least Labra get some schools so they could educate the kids who are the future of Trinidad and Tobago. So I mean, I thought because I think sometimes we throw these words out and we say, this person haven't done nothing, or this person haven't done anything. It's more like they may not have done as much as they should do in order to improve those communities. It's just like I know Lavantil and Labra is similar communities. You understand?
Right. So I'll share this with you. While Port of Spain get more than, while Lavanti get more than a pool, because matter of fact, I have a brother that lived in St. Babs in Lavanti. And while Lavanti were getting the towers by
John Towers?
By Nova Junction and John.
Yeah, John Towers. John Towers.
Right. While they get the John Towers, and they had a lot of employment programs that was running in Lavanti, which of course my brother was a part of. The unfortunate thing about that in Labra is that when you compare the wealth that come out of Labra and compare what comes out of Lavanti, it is quite disturbing. And not only disturbing, but it is unfair to see that we who have produced the wealth, the oil, the gas, the pitch, and other things from the constituency of Labra Point and Faizabad, which is the Southland. It is a sad situation to see the state of affairs, especially in a constituency which has produced so much for Trinidad and Tobago. A constituency that built Trinidad and Tobago, a constituency that had the economy stabilized. It is really a shame to see the state of affairs in Labra at this point in time. And what is also sad about the state of affairs in Labra is that we had a trade school in Palo Seco Junction. And I don't want it to seem biased because I am an individual that deals with facts. As a matter of fact, I have a program every Sunday afternoon now we call Facts Not Fiction. And I am one of the individuals, even though I belong to a political party, I give credit where credit is due. That is my policy. And then added to that, I am an individual who always believe that people come before party. I know some will have a problem with that, but that's a matter for them. People must come before party. And when you look at Labra, which was and is a stronghold of the People's National Movement, a stronghold. a constituency that only in 1986 gave up the right to be part of the PNM. And that's under the tenure of Albert Richards and Robinson as the president, as the prime minister under the NAR. Outside of that, when you look at the base in Brea, we had a trade school that was in Palo Seco Junction. I think the tutor there in number 4 road, the tutor there was a old guy by the name of Shady. He had a old cortina in those days. And it is sad to see that under the same party that we support, they closed the trade school. Going further, we also have in Brea a carpenter shop, which was situated in Beach Camp. That carpenter shop was responsible for quality tradesmen coming out of Palo Seco, who would have built space savers, wagonette, cabinets, buffet, wardrobes. You said, a matter of fact, there were persons in that trade school who at one point in time used to build these furnitures and so on for stores, closed down under the PNM. In Brea, we also had the NESC in Palo Seco, which people would have go to, as you say, education is of utmost important, and they who didn't do so well in school, they would have go through that process and would have been able to make themselves somebody within the constituency of Brea and the surroundings community. That NESC closed down under the PNM. In Santa Flora, we had a machine shop where under that machine shop and an apprentice program, we have had individuals who went to that apprentice school and came out as drillers, came out as petroleum engineers, came out machinists. People comes out from that school in all walk of life, earning, mining their families. Again, that too closed down under the PNM. We had, which you may know, Anselm, we had the industry park in Palo Seco, which we had international track and field. We had international cyclists. We had great match sprint. We had people from all over the world would have come to Palo Seco annually for that. At the time, it was Tesoro Games, it went to Trintopec Games, and so on. And you will find that today, if I should take a picture and send for you in relation to that velodrome, that too was closed under the PNM.
Well, wait, but Victor, let me say this, as I pursue on track and I run into Tesoro Games many times, and I've gotten most of my best prices at the Tesoro Games, and I used to come down to Palo Seco to run in them games, But you saying that the PNM closed it down? Are you saying that in 2015 or prior to 2015, 2010, the PNM closed it down? Help me there, because you see the thing is, Victor, is that we are always saying that when one party in power, the next party come and say, this party closed down this and this party closed down that. So let me give you a quick example. If the PNM closed it down, let me say the PNM closed it down under Manning, correct? You're full 100, right? Full 100. In 2010 to 2015, the party in power could have reopened it and do things to revitalize it.
Right, and I have absolutely no quarrel with that. But let me just
Victor, go ahead.
Let me just finish this and we will discuss.
Right.
So we had that close under the PNM. Added to that, the last form of sustenance that we had within the Brea constituency, which was the oil industry, that too was closed down under the PNM. And added to that, if we have to go back to the Palo Seco velodrome, A matter of fact, under the people partnership, Austin Jack Warner came down to the Palo area, and they toured that facility somewhere around 2013. They also toured the fishing bay in Erin, which they themselves wanted to put a jetty down in Erin because of the coastal erosion within the area where the sea keep coming further and further inside. Now, all that was done in 2013. A matter of fact, in 2014, there was a feasibility study that took place in relation to those two entities within the Palisade and Erie area. Okay, 2015 was the end of the partnership, right? So the point I'm making with all this, if we want to leave the velodrome out of it by saying that the People's Partnership could have and should have refurbished the velodrome. But what happened to everything else? What happened to every other institution? And these institutions that I'm speaking about, those institutions were simply closed between 2015 and 2020. And I'm speaking about Petrotrin, I'm speaking about the NESC. Well, the trade school closed long time under Patrick Manning. So that was the end of that. But the apprentice program, all these programs, the machine shop, all these things, they are entities that was recently closed. And what is sad is not only that these entities was closed, but there is nothing that they have brought back into the constituency to at least bring some level of sustenance within the constituency. Today, because of what is happening, I could tell you, the rippling effect, a matter of fact, the rippling effect alone from Petrotrin is a disaster in the constituency of Library and other surroundings. We are speaking about all small business, crash, food place, internet cafe. I'm talking about all small business crash. The people who fight to survive from 2016 to before COVID-19 coming on the play is simply the rum shop, and then that was really fighting to survive. Everything else is dead. And when this happened in our constituency, leaving the whole constituency vulnerable to be abused, because as a matter of fact, I will tell you something. While I personally doesn't have a problem with who smoke marijuana. I don't smoke. I do have a problem with who choose to smoke. But one of the worst things happened to our society is that so-called legalization of marijuana in Trinidad. Because I will tell you what is happening in Library. As a result of the closure of everything, today we have the youths, we have the young boy, the young girl selling marijuana by the side of the road to survive, selling marijuana in the marketplace, selling marijuana on the block. Everybody free. And this is to me, this is one of the worst things that I believe ever take place under the sun in our Trinidad and Tobago. In the absence of employment, the next thing that people turn to is crime. Just imagine, you will know Moko and Slim. Moko was something that people used to say is to feed Grenadian and to feed pig. And I will tell you something. My family is Grenadian and Vincent. And Moko that is what it was. But today, in Labwe, you can have a Moko tree there. You can have a Moko tree by the side of the road, no brother. Somebody cutting that Moko to make a coke. And I mean, I am talking, you in America, and I just tell people, I am willing for anybody to come and visit the constituency. Don't take what I am saying for granted. Come and visit the constituency, and so you will get a full sense as to what happened. I represent people throughout the constituency. Throughout this before the pandemic, I and my family always embark on charity events. We will do like every Christmas when everybody's studying toys and so on. We will do a book drive. We'll prepare stationery, pencil, pennies, and sharpeners. Every C exam, we will give to the 5 or 6 schools between Corey Village and Erie. We will provide all the necessary stationaries for the exam. We will do food drive. We normally would have in Pacifico Junction, we will cook sometimes 300 boxes of food and distribute to the people who really need in the community. And I'm speaking about that is when Prejudice was up and running. Today, I do hampers. And when I mean today, I give hampers out. I have given out about 700 hampers between August and now. And whether I am telling you, it is a situation where people really suffering with the constituency of Library because there is no food, there is no employment, there is nothing to go by. Whatever secret gangs it have 3 on this side and have probably 3 or 4 on the other side of Library because the constituency is in 2. And those, we consider those to be permanent secret workers because since they start working, they don't change. We have 1 or 2 European gangs that doing little sanitation. They too, we consider that to be permanent because the few people on that, they might break for 1 fortnight and they come back on for 3, 4 fortnights. So I am talking about Library is in a desperate stage. I live there, I understand it, I just be all over this constituency. Anybody have a problem, matter of fact, they call Victorians. I respond to any need people have. And I am saying, and this is reality, people are suffering tremendously in constituency of Library. I'm talking about literally suffering. So this week, one individual called me, Mr. Roberts, could you assist us with a hamper? I said, okay. I went and made that hamper available. You know what I started about it? The individual called me, Mr. Roberts, could you help me to pay a light bill for we 3 children to stay online? Could you help us pay the light bill? And guess what? The light bill is $150. I have distributed devices to children within the community. You understand? That is something I will never forgive the PNM for, and I'm making it plain. That laptop program, it is a situation where you hear Anselm that the minister at one time saying that there is over 35,000 children who cannot access the online learning because they doesn't have a device. Added to that, those who may have devices, they have no internet. And I mean, it is a serious stage. And when we're speaking about education, my heart goes out to the children. My heart goes out to the children. And that is why we just take out of our pocket. You could call anybody in Library and ask them about it. We just take out of our pocket to try to help our family to get one device. One device. It is challenging because within the home, it may have 3 children going to school in different classes. So one device really is a waste of time. But I mean, this is the reality. This is the reality. And while we are suffering and people are suffering, we are seeing persons who join millions of dollars in rent. We have seen people who get millions of dollars for contract for their family, and I'm talking about
Anselm, top of the hour. Anselm, top of the hour. Sorry, Mr. Roberts.
No problem.
We're going to do a quick station because Anselm there?
I'm not sure. Anselm, are you there?
Like he lost connection.
Maybe, he lost connection again.
But maybe.
But go ahead, Mr. Roberts.
Go ahead, Mr. Roberts.
maybe his heart is hurting at what I'm saying, you know, so probably take a little break.
He's out of town and he's kind of like doing some remote connection, so that's what it is.
Yeah, he's out of town, so he's doing some remote connection. But you go ahead, Mr. Roberts. I just have to remind
Yes.
him top of the hour.
So
Maybe I
it's
can make the announcement. One moment, Mr. Roberts. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM coming to you from New Jersey every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. WZYE 95.9 FM. Go ahead, Mr. Roberts.
so this is some of the things that we face. And I am saying that when we elect individuals, we elect persons that we believe is quite suitable to represent the constituency. And when we select an individual to represent the constituency, and those individuals neglect their job, one, and two, they realize that areas like Lavanti and Labre, these areas which is considered to be PNM strongholds, I am yet to wonder why these constituencies, as Anselm was saying earlier on, you know Labre, and he was asking, well, Lavanti, and you're asking, well, what Lavanti get? And that is the unfortunate situation because these is constituencies that stood with the PNM through thick and thin. And these constituencies would have expected that now the party is in power, now they should be fearing or at least the play.
No, he's frozen. Your internet is freezing, Mr. Roberts.
Yeah, that's what happens here. Sometimes the internet goes bad.
Yeah, the signal. Yeah. And I don't know where Anselm is. You tell him to leave to come back in. I don't know what's going on. So there we go, people.
Okay.
Are you there? Yeah, you're back. Yes, you're there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the people would expect that now that their party is in power, Labre and Lavanti should have some level of preference based on the fact that these constituencies were neglected over the years. And unfortunately, that is not happening. And when you look at the track record of the UNC within these constituencies, and even these schools that I mentioned, these schools were built in a PNM stronghold by the UNC. They were built in a PNM stronghold by the UNC. A matter of fact, if you are to look throughout the length and breadth of this country, you will see many schools abandoned, schools that were 80% completed, schools that were 90% completed, left with vine and trees, abandoned. Are talking about millions of taxpayers' money that is standing in the open, deteriorating every day with no concern.
Somebody needs to mute their mic down. I don't know.
Not me.
Not mine. Nobody is here.
And this is a very serious concern with taxpayers' money. This is a very serious concern. So today, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, we are faced with a situation in our country from one thing to another. If I could just touch a little bit on the constitutional crisis that now faces us. And
But Victor, before you go there, right? I want to get your opinion. I just had to leave for a few minutes. I want to get your opinion on something, right, Victor?
Go ahead.
You are an activist, a vibrant activist in your constituency, in your community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a great thing, right? But this is my question. I see that they have something on November the 30th called pushback, right? How come them fellas don't come and push back with you in your community for all the things that they think wrong in your community. How come they don't do that?
Well, let me help you, my brother.
Yeah.
The pushback was birthed in Palo Seco.
Okay.
Let me say it again. The pushback was birthed in Palo Seco.
By you? By you?
Yes, sir.
But how come them other fellas and them? But you see, because Victor, when I see these type of things, right, and they have a picture with Dr. Rowley face on it, right? And that's the fellas and them from the underground report. They have a picture with Dr. Rowley in it. So to me, if you are about the people of Trinidad and Tobago, why are you putting the Prime Minister face on that pushback movement?
Right. It is the same. Now, I commented that, but I want to draw a comparison. It is the same reason why they had a statue dragging in Port of Spain when Keith Rowley, Abdullah, Roji, and all of them lead that protest with Kamla, a statue that was dragged through the streets of Port of Spain with Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So I hope that answered that question. But I commented.
No, but I didn't answer my question because
I commented answer now.
Oh, okay. You know, Victor, you know you're sounding like now we had Senator Wade Mark on here the other night, and always seem to like to shift the goalpost. You know?
You give me the answer. Come on.
You ever play football, Victor?
I was one of the best goalkeepers in South. I saved for Civic Center.
You see how right it is? So you normally saving in the goal. So you're only pushing the goalpost, man. You're moving the goalpost from left to right.
So let me send that the goalpost for you. Let me send
right. Nice.
Let me set that the goalpost. Brother,
nice.
All of us understand that politics is a war. That is what politics. I don't care who want to fool themselves and talk about and say about they're not involved in politics and they in the church and all that. I have no time for that. Politics in this country is a literal war. And while I straighten the goalposts, we have had the Prime Minister say some of the worst things about citizens of this country. A matter of fact, we have had the Prime Minister degrade Kamla, the opposition leader, in the worst way. So I comment to your point, give me a minute. So, be that as it may, the pushback, it is a situation pushing back against the negatives, the mismanagement, the nepotism, the cronyism, and the draconian measures that is being implemented or perpetrated against the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, Victor, stick a pin right there, right? Now, listen, you see what you just said it?
Yeah.
If them fellas from the underground program come out and say, all you, here what it is, this is what we're pushing back against. But you know what they say? They come out and say, boy, this is about country. This is about people of the country. This is not about party. Them fellas say that, I ain't say that, I just whispering what them fellas repeated. It's about party. So they're trying to mislead the people. Come out and tell the people, Franco, man, listen, we don't like what's going on in the country, and we are pushing back against these things that are happening in the country. Fine.
But they say clarify that. They clarify that it's not about party. It is not about party. It's the ground united.
But Gary, listen to what Victor Roberts just says, and I have listened to what them guys says. I could see what Victor Roberts is saying.
But he's not saying anything different. He's not saying anything
different. Of course he's saying something different.
What he's saying?
He's very specific. He's very specific. But you know, I never asked you about that. And you know, it's not never go down that road.
What is he saying? It is people of all. Go ahead, Victor. Go ahead. Tell it.
Right. So that is what we are pushing back against. Now, everybody is free to use their choice of vocabulary to express what is happening. Just like the opposition leader said, the people revolution. Some people say that is a bad word. Some people say she inciting violence. Some people say all kind of thing, right? So people is free to use their level of vocabulary to express. But I am giving you straight what it is about. Okay? As one of the main organizer, I am giving you straight. And why I say one of the main organizer is because this is not about Victor Roberts. This is not about me. This is about Trinidad and Tobago. This is about giving the people the opportunity to speak out against what is taking place.
And Victor, what I'm saying to you, you create more credence when you are upfront and transparent with the people. And that's why I call them the underground report. And them fellas is my friend, eh?
Yeah.
When you come out like that and you start about, this is about country and you are talking about party. You have to separate the two of them.
No, I am not speaking about party,
No. I never say you speaking about party.
Okay. I thought you say, okay, I understand.
No. But you see, I never accuse you of speaking of party. But I could tell you them fellas from the underground report. Them fellas and them. And when they realize their mistake, they know how to come and try to fix up the mistake. It's like the guy cake, and you're probably icing on the cake. You don't know if the cake yellow, if it blue or it green. Them fellas had the cake with no icing on it. When they figure out what is going on, they start to try to put icing on the cake. That is all I was saying. That's all
all right. Well, so therefore, I am giving you the whole cake. It done icing, it had everything on it. I gave you the whole cake, right? And this is what this pushback is about. Now, mind you, I will say free and open. There may be individuals who may try to capitalize on this. There's also individuals who may have their own personal agenda and also try to capitalize on this. There may also be persons who may have the ambition in the political realm who may also want to capitalize on this. But I am saying to you, this will continue to remain about the people, because let me tell you something, brother. When this thought came, what I seek to do is to have discussions with activists.
So Victor, did you have discussion with them fellas from the underground report?
Yes, of course.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
all right.
Of course.
You're honest. You see, honesty is good. Transparency. Victor,
yes,
my mother told me 33 years ago, right? A liar has no memory. So you see, being honest is the best thing. You understand?
They are the third section of people that I spoke with.
Okay.
Right?
Who was the first two?
The first two was a personal friend of mine in Palo Seco. And the second person was another activist who has a program running, his own personal program running on Facebook.
Who's that? God Christopher?
No. The person I spoke with was Winston Ragu. I will tell you.
All right. Okay, cool.
Okay. And then I went, I speak with the ground report, and I started to talk with other people, and of course, give everybody the free rein to talk to somebody else, to encourage somebody else. And then we put a committee in place to really deal with this situation. That is how this started. And I will tell you this. I am a member of the UNC.
Mm-hmm.
I am a member of the UNC. And I personally choose to deal with this situation from a people standpoint. And I will tell you why. I will tell you.
Well, Victor, do me a favor now. Tell them fellas on the underground report to have that same kind of attack now and to make it a people's perspective rather than a UNC perspective. Now, don't get more people to come out. Don't get more people. That's the idea, right? You want people from all different backgrounds to come out and support the thing. But I think I think all the error in calling it the pushback, or instead of calling it the push forward.
Well, it had to be the pushback because we pushing back the aggressors.
Victor, you won't go forward, man. Also going back.
We pushing back
I
the
think it's a
oppressors.
misunderstanding.
Victor, we don't go back to 2010 to 2015, man. We won't go forward.
So here it is. We're going to push back the oppressors, and that is why we call it the pushback, because we will push back. And we're pushing back peacefully. This is a peaceful pushback. And I will tell you something. I think the time has come in Trinidad and Tobago where the people must hold any and every political party to account.
Hey, Victor, listen.
Yes, sir.
You see, you're preaching there, partner. You see that? That I could support you full 100 with that. Full 100. But Victor, you have to understand that people put party before country.
And brother,
that's the system we have in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. So here it is.
And wait, Victor. It have fellas in this chat like nuts cake, breadfruit cake, little run horner, Wallafield nuts. Who's the other one on the board? Diana, you know that Diana don't like to help me, you know.
Anselm, in support of Mr. Roberts, is his name? Yes, sir. In support of Mr. Roberts's use of the word pushback. I'm an author and a poet. There are two meanings of pushback. One means to push something backward, but however, in this instance, they're using the word pushback, resistance or opposition in response to a policy or regulation, especially by those affected.
But Diana,
there you go.
Diana Benskin, how you
go ahead, Diana, educated.
Diana, you give him that definition, or like you talk to Victor Roberts before this, Diana Benskin. How you know that? How you know that's what they want, Diana
Mr.
Benskin?
Roberts, do you want one or are you fighting for two? You want the resistance or the opposition in response to a policy or regulation, especially those hungry, starving, poor, no internet, no laptop, no school. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. The women getting murdered. The women getting murdered. Nobody had no work. People coming out of school, they had no work. You want me to go? Ma'am,
could I invite you to come down as one of the speakers? Could I invite you to come down as one of the speakers?
If you can guarantee my safety, yeah, because I don't trust that PNM government.
Because Senator play for the West Indies, you could be a good spinner.
First spinner.
Don't get she back there, she going there.
So Anselm, I will expect your support because I'm gonna tell you this. In Trinidad and Tobago, and you're quite right, but it doesn't mean to say that because we come and meet a system and then we recognize that the system has expired, it no longer works for the people, we mustn't articulate change. And that is what I am articulating. I am trying to get change to come.
But Victor, I say all you want change, but all you're getting is exchange. And all you're okay with that. All you're okay with getting exchange.
Hear this. And I don't want you to categorize me as all here. Because my thoughts is my thoughts, my thinking, my behavior is mine.
Correct.
So
correct is right.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Correct. This is what I'm saying to you. Yeah.
Even though at this point in time is exchange. Let's just say it's exchange.
All right.
I am saying that I am trying to get Trinidad and Tobago to understand that we must hold any and every political party to account to us. That is the direction that we must lead the future in.
Victor Roberts.
And that is what we're calling for.
You're not gonna go find the UNC party, you know.
Brother, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something, right?
Go ahead.
I also, amongst other things, I also is a graduate of the Trinidad School of Preaching and Teaching.
Yeah.
I'll be a priest, right?
Yeah.
I want to tell you why I'm telling you this. When God is for you, I don't care who is against me.
All right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, brother? Once God is on my side, it doesn't matter who is against me. I will tell you something that you don't know. In 2016, I went as an independent candidate. And while on the motorcade, I was shot by some soldiers. Right?
Go ahead. Tell him.
Two lungs puncture. I have shattered ribs on the left side. A matter of fact, the doctors and them say I could never live. They tell my family, my wife and children, I could never survive. That's 2016. I still don't have full use of my left hand. But nevertheless, I am here. And I am here because the Creator decided I am here. And change comes with sacrifices. Change also comes with pain. Because I'm going to tell you why. It is not an easy thing to try to move a country to change from allowing one group of people and the financiers to benefit from the wealth of the country while everybody else suffer. People will murder you for that. And as I tell my family, as far as I'm concerned, I was already dead in 2016. So I am going to fight with every strength, with every drop of sweat and blood and life in my body to do what is correct, to help move this country from the pit that we are in, and at the same time, asking the country to stand together and to ensure that the wealth of the country is shared in an equitable manner. Because let me tell you something. There is people that will outlive the wealth that they gathered from the public purse. There is persons that I personally know, as I said before, who is suffering as a result of this partisan politics. Government must work for the people. That is, listen, I think that my parents, my grandparents, my father died a couple of years ago, my mother's still alive. I hear my mother tell me. She said, Victor, once you going back for election in Labrador, I'm voting for you. Other than that, I'm voting for my PNL. You know what I tell my mother? I say, Mommy, if that is how you're thinking, and that is the vote to make me win, I rather lose the election. I rather my mother stay and vote PNL. Because let me tell you something. The problem in this country is that same type of behavior. And that behavior come whether we like it or not. That type of behavior come because of race.
But Victor, it's both sides of the fence, though.
Both sides I'm talking about. I'm not talking about one side.
No, I just want to clarify that it's not just one side, it's both sides.
Right. I'm talking general, but I deal with my mother. So on this occasion right now, one side. Right? And this is the reason why we in this problem. Because we really and truly doesn't watch country, you know. We watch party.
But
this is what we watch.
Listen, I have been saying that now for and I think Diana might support me here for the first time. Diana Benskin, you could support me here, right?
Why are you bugging me, huh?
we just say because Victor Roberts, right? I don't know if you know, right? I am a PNM supporter, right?
All right.
However, when Gary Mahabir was fighting for exile and stranded citizens, we started a program here to fight for exile and stranded citizens, and that was a policy against the government. I took that stand because that stand was for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. When a person stranded, it's not a UNC person stranded or a PNM person stranded or a ILP person stranded or a COP person stranded, is a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And I felt that it was wicked and evil for the government to lock out exile and stranded citizens. But Victor Roberts, you know Victor Roberts, if it was the other way around, most people would find an excuse as to why it was an acceptable policy. Just as how people in the PNM find it an excuse to be an acceptable policy, you know. And I lose friends for that, you know. I lose friends, but who?
All right, so
But
I agree with
I'm
you.
telling the UNC people are that heartless who I see the PNM partner.
So hear this answer.
Yeah.
So okay, I agree with you. All right, I agree with you.
Victor,
You know hold up.
All right, yeah.
You know if Kamra Prasad Bisesa did close down Petrotrin, will I be riot in this country? I just show you the two extremes.
I can't say that.
Education.
I get your stomach, boy. I get your wallet. I get your stomach.
Yeah. I had a stomach for that one. I had to go back to my Chumaka days and stomach a little bit.
Well, I am telling you, that is what would have happened in Trinidad and Tobago. I live in the heart of the oil field. And I am telling you, if Kamla did close down Petrotrin, it would have been war. Kamla could not have closed down Petrotrin. Rowley get away with closure of Petrotrin simply because of the African people, and that is a fact. But I ain't want to go there. I think we're having a good discussion.
Yeah, hey, Victor, let me tell you, I've never met you before. And this is the kind of discussion we just have here in the village. It's not a kind of village where communion is a disrespectful kind of thing.
Yeah,
and we need to have these type of discussions, right? And people have to be, but it has people, like for example, we have a person in the chat named Erica John. She says she was stranded for 13 months. And she's a PNM. You understand? 13 months. Now, what is this? We have a new person here, Ramesh Muraj. Ramesh, I feel like little Ron Horner, as Ramesh, But anyway, he says, I don't know if I say he or she, moderator, you are wrong. The policy of the PNM is not the policy of the UNC. I don't understand that one. I don't think the policy of the PNM is the policy of the UNC, or the policy of the UNC is the policy of the PNM. They have different policies. Everybody has different policies, right?
But it's not only policy, what I see here, it's a lack of heart for your people, a lack of love for your people. You can't be that heartless and wicked to your own people. I don't see that in the UNC. All what they say they do wrong, I don't see that level of heartlessness. And that is what you have to recognize. Go ahead, brother Robert.
But Gary, I was talking with a good friend of mine today, very good friend, and he was telling me, boy, boy, you don't understand, boy. When the government locked down the country, boy, that was to save we here in Trinidad and Tobago. All they don't understand, all they living out there, right? Then people go come back and they go bring back COVID inside here for we. And I said, boss, no, boss. There has never been any statistics to show that exile and stranded citizens was bringing back COVID-19 into Trinidad and Tobago. They had never been.
Eh? Since we are under lockdown, who bring it back? But that's a discussion for another time. But I want to tell you something, Ansel, because I like talking to you. I like how your stomach just now. I like that. But listen this.
I sound like Kingsley there, Kingsley.
Yeah. But Ansel, listen this. On that real talk. The African people, including myself, we have suffered 100% more under the African government than the Indian government. I know it will sound hard, but as I said, I deal with facts. I was a member of the General Council in the PNM. I'll share all that with you. My father, I tell you, I used to work alongside Hedridge Brea when he was the member of parliament for Library. My father and mother, we grew up in PNM. We live in PNM. A matter of fact, there was a guy by the name of Stanley Ryan who came sometime in 2005 under the UNC. And we were struggling to get a basketball court built in Jacob Settlement. And Stanley Ryan, as a candidate, get the court built, light up, and fenced. And I decide I am going to support that man for the effort that he made with what we were struggling to get over the years. And let me tell you something. My father make it plain that if I support Stanley Ryan, I can't live in the house. I cannot live in the house. And it so happened that I did support it, Stanley Ryan, and things worked for me in a different direction, meaning that while me and my father cross-trained and my grandmother take me in, it so happened that my grandmother gets sick at a position where I had to take care of her. She had cancer. And it so happened that before she died, she went and she made me joint tenant where she was rented. And then when she come and pass away, we realized that she had something like about $10,000 back rent. At that time, I was working and so on. And I paid the back rent and so on. I come and I buy the piece of land and I build a house and so on and so on. So I'm telling you that to tell you, we couldn't talk nothing but P&M in our house. And I will tell you publicly why I am a member of the UNC now. I will tell you because I don't pelt stone and put my hand behind my back, brother. If I pelt a stone, I want to know I pelt a stone. On my program, there are some things that I will say that certain members of the UNC may be angry with. But that is a matter for them. That is not a matter for me. Because I make it as plain and as truthful as it can be. And I will tell you, I joined the UNC. And I joined the UNC based on what I have seen in terms of development within not only Labrie, but throughout Trinidad and Tobago between 2010 and 2015. I tell you my personal decision.
But Victor, let me just pause a little bit. No, we having a nice conversation, man. Victor, we vibing. Victor, let me say this, sir. I'm from Chumaka Claventel, and Labrie is similar to Chumaka Claventel, right? I could say that because I know I went to Labrie and I went to Chumaka. And as a matter of fact, when my son was trying out for the under-17 football team in Trinidad, he stayed by a friend of mine called Larry Joseph, God rest his soul, who passed away. You know, a very good footballer for Trinidad and Tobago.
Larry Joseph, Larry Joseph wasn't so good, you couldn't score on me.
I saw Larry Joseph got plenty goal on you. Plenty.
I used to save for point for the Civic Center.
Point. I got Cleveland Leonard and them fellas of them.
Of course. We used to beat people like Stan, but go ahead, make your point.
But yeah. Right?
Man, you see, watch me now. I always say, sir, where was your mother from again? Where was your mother one? Your mother is what? Yeah,
she's
what was she?
No, my mother from St. Vincent.
No. And your father? Wait, let me finish. And your father? And your father?
From St. Vincent and some of my grandparents from Grenada.
All right, talk. You see, it takes foreigners to come to Trinidad with foreign blood to come to Trinidad and wake them up like Uriah Butler. Go ahead. Talk your talk, Mr. Robert. Talk your talk, Mr. Robert. Talk your talk.
I was from a family who is Bajan also.
Talk your talk. Let them know that we're a fighting tribe. Talk your talk. Go ahead.
Son, you put in Victor Robert in your tribe.
Go ahead, sir. Them Trini, they like to party. Go ahead.
Anyway, Victor just said that, right? 2011, the building in Chumaka burned down, and Mrs. Kamala Prasad did a fantabulous job to relocate the people from Chumaka to Lavantil. You have to give credit where credit is due. At time 2011, the UNC was in power. They did a fantabulous job of relocating those poor black disadvantaged people of Chumaka Lavantil. They relocated them to Oropun. Right?
I remember.
Fantabulous. However, Victor, I believe that the UNC had a great opportunity to make a seismic shift with respect to politics in Trinidad and Tobago by doing one thing. That building should have been renovated, speed time, right? And you don't have to put the people back there if you want to put them in our next constituency, because you know it's politics, that's all right. But make it into a health center, make it into a school center, make it into something, but it's sit abandoned for 4 years. And let me add it, Victor, let me add the other side to it. The PNM came into power in 2015 and the building's still sitting there abandoned. So as far as Laventille is concerned, UNC PNM, same khaki parts.
Right. So I am saying that I was giving you the synopsis as to why I joined the UNC.
You're gonna shift the goalpost again, or you're coming back to them?
That is where we was, and you tell me stick a pin, and you come with Larry Joseph.
Oh, all right. I thought you're gonna shift the goalpost again because you're good, man. Go ahead.
So I will tell you this. I led one of the most massive protests for 1 week in the constituency of Brea against the UNC in 2012. I am speaking about a massive protest. As a matter of fact, we put a rig across the road. You could go up on YouTube anytime and look at the protests in Los Bajos. We put a rig across the road. And let me tell you something. I and some Africans, we pushed that rig out. And I'm talking about a big rig. Put it in the road for 1 week. And that was under the UNC we did that. So I'm telling you, I joined the UNC based on the infrastructure, the policies that I saw the UNC bring to the table throughout 10 and 15, and I mean 2010, 2015. I saw policies where the poor people, the poorer class of society was benefiting, especially something that my heart goes out for, which is children. Children were able to get free textbooks. Children were able to benefit from a breakfast in the morning and a lunch at lunchtime. Children were able to benefit from devices. Pregnant mothers were able to benefit. And I'm talking about things that literally reach the poorer class of the people within society, within Trinidad and Tobago, because this was across the board. And when I saw, and I'm not saying for 1 second that Kamla Prasad Bisesa didn't make mistakes, you know, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that throughout 2010 and 2015 that I agree with everything that the partnership did.
Victor Roberts, be careful what you're saying, you know.
Brother,
I hear to be careful. You don't have to be
Victor
careful.
Roberts, you have to agree with everything. You cannot disagree.
Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil.
All right, Victor Roberts, be careful.
Right. So I like it's not that I agreed with everything that happened that the UNC did in 2010 and 2015. But I took the position and joined the UNC because I saw where the resources of the country was being transferred to a people who has never benefited from that resources in that kind of way. And when I saw those policies, I took a position when I weigh 47 years of PNM and I weigh 5 years under Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So a matter of fact, 10 years, because Basio Pandey was the one who built the school in Palo Seco and other things. Right? A matter of fact, under Basio Pandey, the 2 schools that I speak about earlier on, it was Basio Pandey who built those schools in the PNM stronghold. So I say that to say this. Based on the policies that was introduced to society, where I saw for the first time that this level of caring came down to the poorer class, I decided that, look, I will work towards developing that further and spreading that in a direction where people will understand this is how things must be in our country. This is how it must be. Yes, sir.
But Victor, it didn't trickle down to Laventille. It did not trickle down to Laventille. That is part of the problem.
But
Brother,
And
That's
she
all.
relocated the people that burned out that building, all right? She was only there for 5 years. They were putting a lot of things in place. But go ahead, Victor.
No, but
Gary,
apart from that,
Gary, I
apart
give
from
you
that,
credit. I give you
apart
credit.
from that, hear this.
Yeah.
Are you saying that people who get pregnant in Laventille wasn't benefiting? Are you saying that the people in Laventille wasn't getting free school books? Are you saying that the people in Laventille wasn't getting laptops? Are you saying that the people in Laventille wasn't getting 2 square meals per day?
Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah, what I'm saying, Victor Roberts. The infrastructure did not change. The infrastructure of Laventille remained the same or gotten worse, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse every year.
Okay, so here what I will do. I wanted to permit me to get what the partnership did in Laventille and present it to you.
I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that.
You see, Victor, that way me and you could talk. I like that kind of talk. I like for people to give facts, and let me talk, deal with facts. You understand?
Of course.
I full 100. Full 100.
So grant me that privilege, and I will. I will WhatsApp it to you, and we can move from there.
Yeah, but we Victor, make sure it's factual, and don't make sure it like them rest of fellas.
Brother,
like the 7,000 nights.
I want you to join I want you on a Sunday evening, 7:30, if you ain't doing nothing. Tune in on Facebook to Facts Not Fiction. And you will get facts there to make you sneeze.
Well, Victor, Victor, a lot of quotes I just put up on Facebook is fact or fiction. And when I don't show if it's true or if it's false, I put up fact or fiction. You understand?
So guys, so hear this.
Yeah.
When I speak facts, not fiction. And you know, let me tell you what you already convinced of. You already convinced that what I'm telling you here is nothing but the gospel truth. I like to bring truth at all close, because you see, you don't need to put on a negligee or nothing on truth, you know. Truth could afford to come naked, because that's how truth must be. And as I was continuing, Kamala Prasad Bisesa said on a platform publicly that she agreed that she had made mistakes. And that is something that I value greatly, because you don't get, a matter of fact, let me tell you about your prime minister. You ain't getting to come out and say you make no mistake, no time.
Victor, that is the people of Trinidad and Tobago prime minister, and not my prime minister. That's your prime minister too.
Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
No, it's not personal.
Not in that discussion. Not in that discussion.
That is all the prime minister.
And that is something I appreciate. And I will stretch my credibility on the line to say that in 2010 to 2015, I will put my credibility on the line to say that some of the problems that occurred within the UNC was not from the leader of the UNC. I am saying, just like everything else, it have good apples and it have bad apples. But you doing the harvest must be able to put aside what good and get rid of what not good.
But Victor, I was disappointed in hearing something, because I see you going up and down the place, and you're going by this one house, you're going by that one house, and you're only showing all the bad house and them. You're only showing the house of breaking down and the roof fire.
The man breaking down the truth to you. So
wait,
development in the face and show him what the UNC did from 2010 to 2015.
Well, Gary, I saying the man going and show the house of them. I ain't say the man in show it. But Victor, I never hear you. I didn't hear you talk about Senator David Naked calling the president an insipid jackass, Victor. I didn't hear silence on that.
So let me answer that question. Let me answer that question.
Yeah. Look, the man gonna answer the question, because we're keeping it real in the village, man.
Yeah, I can answer that question.
You're shifting that way from where we want to get to. Go ahead.
I'm coming back there.
But you don't shift the goalpost. You have to shift the goalpost. Are we shifting the goalpost? You have to shift the goalpost. Go ahead.
Senator David Naked, choice of words, it is a matter for him. Let me explain that to you. Senator David Nackett at one time called for the resignation of Gary Griffith. I stood up and I said, Senator Nackett probably have his reasons and his information as to why he is calling for the resignation of Gary Griffith. But I, Victor Roberts, support Gary Griffith, and to the best of my knowledge, Gary Griffith is one of the best commissioner of police.
Wait,
Victor.
Answer, let him finish now. Yeah, come on.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Let him rebut him.
All right,
I said,
sorry, Victor. Go ahead.
From where I sit,
okay,
Gary Griffith is one of the best commissioners.
Let me take a note of that, Victor.
Yeah, take a note.
Take a note. What?
That passed you as commissioner of police. While at the same time, I did not agree with all Gary Griffith policies. But because I didn't agree with all his policies, that doesn't take away that he was one of the best commissioners in terms of fighting crime in our country. And therefore, David Nackett's choice of words in relation to the president is a matter for him. On my Facebook page, I do not put a like by anybody who supports me and use any form of obscene language. Go on Victor Roberts and check that. I don't put a like. People will commend me and congratulate me and wish me well. And once you use any form of obscene within that text, I will never respond to it. That is how I operate. You can't get no like from me, even though if you support me and you use that obscene. I think that there's a place for that. I don't think that obscene language is for social media, simply because, as said earlier on, there is people that is close to my heart, which is children. And every child on a phone these days. I take no part in any form of nude posts on social media or any form of anything negative. I don't participate in that. So I say that the president should resign, but here how I say it. I think that the president need to give account for what happened, or she must go. That is Victor Roberts' position. So that will take care of David Nackett and his position. But let me come back to what we was talking about.
But let me before you go, let me say something to you. I agree with you 100% with the obscene language, and here's why. I do the same thing on my Facebook page. If you come on my Facebook page and you cuss, I tell you, listen, no obscene language is allowed. Please remove it or edit the statement. And if you don't edit the statement, I give you about 5 opportunities. That's the only how I just block people on Facebook.
Right.
Because I don't want you come and cuss on the page and all kind of other pages. You could go do that.
Yeah,
but when
you
come here respectfully. I will respect you. Me ain't cussing nobody. Come respectfully. So full 100. I in agreement with that. Go ahead.
So
I go back to Gary Griffith.
So,
right? Don't try to the
but I want to hear on performance and delivery.
You see, you're trying to shift the goalpost again. You're good enough.
So I said I come back to you with the UNC now.
You save plenty goal in your life, right? You save plenty goal, right?
Yeah. Truly,
I know you stop all kind of penalty, all kind of thing.
Truly not listen, man. But hear this. I want to tell you why you must support the UNC too.
Woo! Go ahead.
I will ask you to measure with an open mind what the PNM has done from 1956 to, a matter of fact, 47 years in governance, and compare it in terms of development and policies with the 10 years of the UNC. And if you are to examine that with a free and open mind, put aside every other every other thing that goes with it, you will have to agree that
Nah, I ain't even letting you finish. Nah, you're not finished. All right, go ahead.
You will have to agree that within the short period of time, there was tremendous amount of development in our country under the tenure of the UNC than under the tenure of the PNM. You will have to agree.
No, I can't agree with that.
All right. But listen this.
But you're going to bring him the facts. You're going to send it to him.
But Victoria, you want to tell me why I don't agree?
Yeah,
One fact, and I tell you this. One thing could have had a seismic shift, and I'll go back to this again.
Right.
That building in Chumaka, Clavantel.
Answer.
And here's why, Victor Roberts. Here's why.
Go ahead.
Here's why. Victor Roberts, Lavantil is a known PNM stronghold. And the goal of a party is to capture people in the other party's stronghold. And you have to do activities in that community to capture those people. And to me, and I'm an outsider looking, to me, that would have been a seismic shift for the UNC. But what happened, Victor? The attitude and mentality was, you see them people up there, them and vote for we go relocate them, but let them look at that building for the next 4 years.
Is that factual, or you assuming that?
But I have a question.
That's factual. The building's still there.
But I have a question.
The building's still there.
Answer.
Yeah. UNC said?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Isn't that the attitude and worst of the PNM?
Not worse.
Let me tell you why it works. Hold up.
Let me tell you
why it works.
Yeah.
The PNM, they ain't even care about their own stronghold constituency. They ain't care about the constituency that support them for over 47 years minus 86. They ain't care. The PNM ain't care about Lavanti. When was 33-3. Lavanti stick with the PNM, and yet when the PNM regained power, they did absolutely nothing for the people of Lavanti and the people of Brea. And that is what made the PNM worse than the UNC, because you just say the UNC relocate the people, put a place to them, but the PNM doing nothing for the people who support them and Slim.
And they're still not good enough for him.
In this country.
They're still not good enough for him.
They're not doing nothing for the people who support them. As a matter of fact, the UNC, let's just say if the UNC was following the same behavior of the PNM, we would have never end up with 2 schools in Parsico. We have a New Brand Chatham government school. We had the Santa Flora government school, which was 90% completed. We had the Sipar Union Presbyterian School. All those institutions, the NESC, all these things were done under the UNC. And the sad part about it, as I said before, is when the PNM come in power, they stopped it. They stopped all the schools. They closed down everything. They stopped even the laptop for the children, man. We face reality, man. Our government can be so wicked to their own people, not the boys and girls. I hear Rowley, when Rowley was speaking about on the last memorial of Eric Williams, Keith Rowley stood up and said, ladies and gentlemen, I had his speech right down, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I am saying, given the opportunity to serve these people, to serve this country, I will be a prime minister for everybody. He made a statement and said, the African people in this country behind. And when Keith Rowley come in power, Keith Rowley send us further back by taking away no free textbooks again, no laptop, everything school feeding cut, NESC cut, gate cut, MIC cut, every form, the General Academy, that Kamla bill, everything shut down. So we again passionate, but our government cannot be so evil to their own people. Support them. We support the government in Brea. Brea was PNM all the time. And how come today Library is in this condition? How come Lavanti, who support PNM for all these years, I have a partner, my brother live in Lavanti, I have a partner in Lavanti, and he's still defecating in an outhouse, in the back of the yard. I saw Fitzgerald Hines go on Lavanti and open a standpipe. And I will tell you something. Somebody was supposed to, while I'm not promoting violence, somebody should get a toffee head, one of them toffee head, and shoot him with the toffee head with a piece of grass in it. Because you can't tell me in this day and age, when
we shouldn't encourage that though. We shouldn't encourage that though. We shouldn't encourage that. We shouldn't encourage that.
Oh, God.
Don't encourage that, Victor. But Victor, let me tell you why.
Wait. I want to finish this point.
All right.
I want to finish this point. You know what is that toffee head?
No.
You know what is that toffee head?
No. But that's the narrative. The narrative.
All right. You grew up in Trinidad, man. Hear that toffee head. A toffee head is a crook with two rubber band. Listen, man. A toffee head is a crook with two rubber band on it. That when we play going to school, we used to play gun shoot. They pull a piece
call
of
a slingshot. As a slingshot.
Right.
But they're using a piece of grass. You're not using.
They're using a piece of grass. That toffee head is not rubber. It's rubber band.
Yeah.
So anyhow, listen to this.
We couldn't afford that in Schumacher. That was too much money.
Listen to this. You're supposed to come down and get some boy days, man. But listen to this. You can't tell me this day and age, you as a minister going to open a standpipe, bringing back the slave mentality. Wait, let me finish this little point.
All right, okay. Yeah.
Let me just finish and I'll get you.
No, go ahead,
tell
man.
me that you bring back the slave mentality where children had to go with bucket and full by a standpipe to full a drum in your house. Boys, about time Lavanti have water busting the bathroom, the sink, and everything. This is what development is about. You can't carry backward. I had just a girl from school and went to water 4 o'clock in the morning and carry down Santa Flora from quite far with a box cat and carry because that was the only spy. And tote water for down there for mommy to bathe, to cook, to send me to school, to wash me school uniform, everything. You tell me this day and age you go on Lavanti to pass standpipe.
Victor Robert, again surprised to know, man. You're getting selective memory, man. You're getting selective memory, Victor Robert. Victor Robert, there was a man, the green man. You remember when the person said the green man gone? The green man gone. Right? You remember? I never remember that. But the green man says water for all. You remember that? The green man?
Yeah, Ganga Singh.
No. Jack Warner, when he was Minister of Works, he said we will never have problems again with water in this country. Water for all.
But that was the objective. That was an objective.
Let me finish that talk. Wait, Victor, let me finish that.
The first time we started to get water in Palo Seco and Santa Flora Boston Pipe was under Jack Warner.
But listen, and Victor, I am good with that. But you see, what you're saying now, you're blaming one over here and saying, oh, go look and get them a standpipe. In this age, you're getting them standpipe. But a man almost 10 years ago said water for all. And we in 2021, and we gain water for none. Sometimes some communities gain water for none. Another great opportunity.
But since your PNM coming to government, is water shortage? You back to square one. Electricity started cut off. Everything started cut off.
But so answer me, ask you a question.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question because I like talking to you. So you won't believe.
Top of the hour answer.
The minister did run that water in people's house. You won't believe that the minister would have done a great justice to the people.
Right. So Victor, hold that thought right there. Yeah, hold that thought right there. You gotta go for a quick station identification. Hold that thought right there. Of course, it's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We have with us now the activists from Brea, boy. Victor Roberts, and we're having a spirited discussion here in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAG Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6 to 9. But Victor, let me ask you a question, right? I want to take you outside of the realm of this UNC PNM thing. Why it is in Trinidad and Tobago, UNC and PNM people can come together to have these type of vibrant discussions to put issues on the table and have a respectful discussion. Why is that?
Simply because
you're stammering, but
simply because, my brother. Simply because, my brother, people bury themselves in party. That is the problem. People bury themselves in party. You see, we must reach a stage in politics where we could call a spade a spade. It makes no sense to try to call a spade a cutlass because people will realize sooner than later that you're fooling them. People have to be able to bring the issues and deal with the issues head on. If we don't do that, we will just keep spinning and losing our generation, losing our youths by simply spending or placing or directing our attention to the wrong entity. When you look at people in Trinidad and Tobago, it is really sad to see where we are. We are actually between a rock and a hard place. And to bring it in our layman terms, we are actually between the rich and the poor. That is where we are at this point in time. We must
the middle class gone then. No middle class then. The middle class gone then.
Yeah, that gone. That's no middle class again. We must be able to deal with situations as they come along. People in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is what the pushback is really designed to do, to give people the opportunity to speak out, to discuss, to hold those account. And until Trinidad and Tobago hold those in authority to account, is until Trinidad and Tobago will simply remain well, I don't think it's a banana republic anymore. I think we passed that stage. I think we somewhere done by some kind of hopscotch republic. We hop in here, we jump in there, and we really know what's going on. And I that is one of the reasons why I tell you that if we have to measure policies. Trinidad and Tobago is a two-party state, whether we like it or not. No third party could interfere with the UNC seats, and no third party could interfere with the PNM seats. None. We have third party, we have MSJ, we have PEP, we have all kind of COP, we have all kind of, we had at one time, Abu had a party they call New National Vision. And this party cannot create any impact in terms of winning or in terms of even penetrating a constituency. They would have done well if they did spend more time trying to educate the people, educating the people of the country in relation to politics. One of the things that I realize that is lacking is that people in Trinidad and Tobago, and I think this need to come forward on the curriculum. People in Trinidad and Tobago, they don't even understand the rights. They don't even understand the Constitution. And this is something that needs to come to the school age. This needs to be taught in school so that people from this generation going forward would be able to understand the dynamics, the way to move forward in terms of deliverance, in terms of equity, in terms of accountability, in terms of steering Trinidad and Tobago towards a real first century status. And these are some of the downfalls, and I will say some of the downfalls of every political party that passed already. They have not taken the time to bring the issues like getting the Constitution within the minds of the children, getting them to understand their fundamental rights, getting them to understand how governance operate, how we must hold governance accountable, how to deal with even the law aspect in society. And be that as it may, this is one of the reasons why I'm saying it is not too late. It's not because the PNM failed us and the UNC made mistake between 2010 and 2015 that we will allow things to go as they are accustomed. The time has come where change must come. And while some may call it exchange, then if it means that we exchange, but while we exchange with accountability, we exchange with transparency, we exchange with equity, we exchange with honesty.
And we exchange for better. We exchange for better.
We have to start somewhere.
But what I am suggesting, Brother Robert here, is that we always run into little hurdles with the constituency executives, right? We always have a little issues with them. Some people that's holding position and not performing, right? What I am proposing is a ground executive formulation. So that we form a ground executives, not party affiliated, but more affiliated with the area, the constituency, and addressing the people of the issues. So that nobody obstruct the progress. And then the ground will decide which party they're going to support.
But Gary, you know what they're going to end up like? They're going to end up like the the break free movement, right? They're going to end up like that movement when they they come together, right? And a politician decide that, nah, boy, this movement going to be too strong, and he mash it up.
Listen to me. Nobody can mash up anything if the ground is united.
Yeah, but right? They mash it up. But anyway, that UNC thing, Victor, that's the only thing. I don't want to get into that. Let me ask a question from the chat. Victor,
hold 1 second. Let me just clarify something.
Yeah.
Let me just clarify something. The constituency that I'm speaking about is not the UNC or the PNM. The constitution that I'm speaking about is not the UNC or the PNM constitution.
Correct.
I am speaking about the constitution of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I understand that. That. I fully understand that. Yeah.
But what I'm suggesting again, I've heard too many complaints about party constituency executives obstructing progress. So what I am suggesting is that the people on the ground who have find some kind of common ground on the issues there, and they have a form of some kind of a executive team there, a membership, and you have your meetings, discuss the issues outside the political party realm. But more
Gary, the politicians go mash that up.
They can't mash up the people if they're united.
But look how they mash up the breakthrough movement with God, Christopher, and Kingsley, and Barrington, Skippy.
Listen to me.
That UNC business, though. I ain't getting into the UNC business.
God, Christopher, and Kingsley, and this one, and that one.
I'm not getting into UNC business. I say what are them business. But I want to hear. I just hear that.
This is not party politics. I am talking about bringing the people together in a constituency.
Gary, the politicians go mash it up.
They can't mash up, man. If the people
What do you mean? But anyway, Victor Roberts.
They can only do what you allow them to do.
Yeah, Victor Roberts. Somebody, you know, them fellas just ask questions because they're looking for a certain type of answer, Victor Roberts. So,
right.
Yeah. So Rajvi asked the question. Ask Victor Roberts if youth programs was cut under the new PNM government. They're looking for a certain answer, Victor. But it's a certain answer they're looking for. Victor, don't, Victor, please make sure you answer that. They want a certain answer, Victor. Come on.
Let me tell you something. This new PNM is a surgeon. And like the country had diabetes. They're cutting everything.
Oh God, Victor, you move the goalpost again. Just answer the question, man.
I'm telling you as it is.
Oh God, Victor. Victor, we're going to be all night. Let me ask the question again, Victor. If that question too hard, I'm going to ask you an easier one. Question. I think Rajvi is the chutney singer. Rajvi. Question. Ask Victor Roberts if youth program was cut under the new PNM government. Was youth programs cut under the PNM government, Victor Roberts?
Brother, every program was cut under the PNM government. What in cut completely was reduced a percentage, and that is a fact.
But isn't that due to the economic times, Victor Roberts? You know, Victor Roberts, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah.
All that happened before 2019, you know. I'm not talking about COVID, which is the excuse of the government, you know. I am speaking from 2015 to 19.
I'm glad you say that now. I'm glad you say that. You see, I know you shift the goalpost here and you think I would have forget, but I take notes. I write it down. Victor Roberts. Here it is. Victor Roberts say, GG was the best commissioner of police ever. Let me ask you now, Victor Roberts.
But before you go to answer, from the start of Dr. Rowley started telling the people we need stuff of the government. What do you think that meant? What do you think that meant? Dr. Rowley gave the population the impression that Kabla take all the money and go on with it and give them nothing. But they have money for their ministers to facilitate them. So Kabla take all the money, no money for all, no laptop, no child milk, no this, no that. And you can't see that? Go ahead, Brother Roberts.
No, I had to ask. You see now, Victor Roberts, what has happened is that anytime I say GG, Gary, let's try to kind of, he want to shift the goalpost too. So both
of them to talk about GG. I talk about what
you understand? And Victor Roberts, watch now. Just now, the other co-host, Diana Benskin, go jump into her and try to shift it to her because.
But I was a goalie on the hockey team, so yeah, I could shift. Yeah, you gotta shift things when you see the ball coming to try to get scored. So you got to shift to meet that ball before it meet the inside 25-yard line. Yeah, we know how to shift stuff. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. He want to hear what Dr. Rowley did.
So speaking to
let him buffer. I have something at the end of the program. I'm ready for you.
We had 3 goalpost shifters tonight. Tommy,
I ready for you. I'm ready for all you.
We had before Tommy, you there?
Yeah. Anselm,
you want to jump in because you had to jump in before them fellas them shift the goalpost and we
shift what goalpost. Yeah, we don't have nothing to shift. What we need to shift is the current establishment that is there in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what needs shifting. All right? I don't care if you put a Batty Mamzelle up in there, a Crapo, a Cricket.
What are you talking about? You come to shift the goalpost.
Hello. You always say the fish is rotten from where? The head. So if Gary Griffith failed because his prime minister lost confidence in him, answer, don't get me started now.
Oh, you see, all right, but don't shift the goalpost yet. Wait, let me go back to the middle.
He did not have the support of the man in charge of the country. So what you think? What do you think? You in charge of a fleet of people, and the leader of the country you don't have his support. So they was undermining him all the time. Yeah, you
Exactly.
agree with
I
a lot
okay,
of
so
a lot of
let's
stuff that Gary Griffith say and call our people. But as a police commissioner trying to address the crime in Trinidad and Tobago, at least he could have had the support of the leader of the country. Don't go there, man. You gotta
All
get
right.
jacket.
So Diana
Come
Benson,
on, you can't get your work done if your boss ain't supporting you. Come on, Anselm. Come on.
I'll come back to you, but I don't want to shift the goalpost yet.
You'll
I
come
want
back to me.
I want to
I
get
was
back
quiet the whole night. You're
I want to
starting me
get
up
back to
now.
Victor Roberts' statement that Gary Griffith was the best commissioner of police. I'm not going to let him leave the village.
I am not going to say he was
here.
the best, but he didn't. He could have get more support. End of the
if
story.
a man hire you in his company to do
God,
a job,
good,
and he
you see?
undermining you behind the scenes.
Good. All right, let me get to the
That is what
question quick.
happened. Go ahead, Brother Robert.
No, it's me to go. It's I to go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me go quick. Victor Roberts.
Yes, sir.
Under Gary Griffith came into office in August 2018 as the Commissioner of Police in Trinidad and Tobago. When Gary Griffith came into office, quote, Gary Griffith said, judge me on the murder rate. I didn't say that. The Prime Minister didn't say that. The President didn't say that. The former Commissioner of Police didn't say that. Gary Griffith said it. So I want to judge Gary Griffith based on his statement. In 2018, under Gary Griffith and Stephen Williams, there was 516 murders. Under James Philbert, in 2009, I believe, we had 550 murders, the highest in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. At that point, 516 was the second highest murders in 2018, right? Gary Griffith did for 4 months. In 2019, fully under Gary Griffith, we had the second highest murders in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. But you know what people like Diana Benskin and Gary Mahabi are going to say? They're going to say, well, boy, times was tough, the borders was open, Venezuela was open, all kind of excuses, right?
That's not an excuse, that is the truth. What do you mean? National security did not do their job far as the Coast Guard and the regiment was concerned.
So here it is.
Well, let me continue, Robert. 1 minute. One other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
And in 2020, in a pandemic where everything was closed down, WZYE wasn't coming to Trinidad, BOAC wasn't coming, Panam wasn't coming. At that time, the Delta couldn't come. Even Delta wasn't coming in Trinidad. Nobody coming in Trinidad.
Yeah, Delta was coming in. That virus variant.
The airport locked down and the whole fence line open. So come talk now.
396 murders in 2020, right? And that same Gary Griffith was cussing Stephen Williams and said Stephen Williams was the worst, and Stephen Williams' murder rate was lower than every single year Stephen Williams was in power. Not only that, Victor Roberts, Stephen Williams was the man that reduced kidnapping in Trinidad and Tobago from 155 in 1 year to 0. How, Victor Roberts, could you say that Gary Griffith was one of the most successful commissioner of police in Trinidad and Tobago? I don't understand that.
Right. So let me reiterate. I said where I sit, I believe Gary Griffith is one of the best commissioner of police past year.
Based on what?
I judge Gary Griffith's performance on everything. When I'm making a judgment on something, I make that judgment based on all the facts that I accumulate. I look at the facts, I put it together, and then I make a judgment whether you are guilty or not guilty. Gary Griffith, while I don't have the statistics in relation to the murders with me, I am saying...
Wait, Victor, get that for me. Get that for me too, like you'll get the other numbers.
Okay.
Like you'll get the other facts. You have two sets of things to get me.
Yeah, I will. Let's take a moment. The murder rate for the past 20
Write it down, fair.
Write it down.
And the things that the UNC did in Laventille.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gary Griffith bring a level of discipline to the police service world. Gary Griffith reduced millions of dollars that some officers was corruptly receiving in millions of dollars in overtime. Gary Griffith also deal with the moral of the police service in relation to putting and dealing with all the long overdue
Pay.
No, not that. The long overdue promotions. The long overdue promotions that was demoralizing the police service. Gary Griffith also bring to the table different attorneys within the police service to deal with plenty of the cases that was fallen by the wayside. One, as a result of police officers not going to court, they were then mandated by Gary Griffith to go to court. And two, there's a lot of police officers and contract attorneys that Gary Griffith hired, placing them in strategic places throughout Trinidad and Tobago to ensure that the criminal justice system from the police standpoint were properly well looked at. Gary Griffith also brought a level of confidence to not only the police service, but the citizens throughout the length and breadth of this country. Gary Griffith, while I agree that he talked too much, that is my position, and that is why I'm saying I doesn't judge somebody on a fault or two, or probably even because the murder rate is at what it is. But when you look at the overall balance, Gary Griffith was doing a tremendous job in stabilizing the police service, one, allowing justice to be served based on the action, promoting officers based on merit and not friendship, and the list goes on. So from when I look at that standpoint, compared to whether the murder is at a place, because a matter of fact, one murder in the country is too much. But that is how I make my judgment in relation to somebody. And that is the same way I make my judgment with Kamala Prasad Bisesa than Keith Rowley. Not because there was mistakes made, a matter of fact. I don't just judge somebody on that. I look at the holistic situation and then I pronounce my judgment. And my judgment is my judgment. There are those who may fully well believe that Gary Griffith was not the best, but good enough. There are those who may fully well believe that Gary Griffith was the worst.
An abysmal failure.
And again, that is a matter of opinion. But
no, Victor. What I give you there is facts, you know. I didn't even add
but you just looking at numbers. You are looking at the circumstances surrounding the numbers.
Facts don't lie. Facts don't lie.
You haven't seen the evidence of what the man have transformed in the ground there. You just looking at
what evidence to transfer a bandit police from south to going from Sandy Grande to Toko, transferring a bandit police from one thing to the next.
Nah, that's not Stephen Williams, you know. That's not Stephen Williams. That's Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith was looking at police. Gary Griffith was looking at police. But
Victor Roberts, on that Gary Griffith, we had the most extrajudicial killing in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, little black boys.
So who was threatening the police, answer?
Listen.
Who was threatening the police? Who was threatening the police?
Answer, listen this.
Yeah, I listen.
What you believe or who you believe is responsible for the spike in murders.
In Trinidad? I don't know. Well, I don't know. I can't say.
And Tobago, not Trinidad alone.
I don't know.
Let me help you.
Okay.
Your government.
Led by? In what way? In what way?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, all right.
When a government when a government reduced to almost naught, breakdown within the educational system, breakdown in terms of employment, there is only that nature. It will be crime and it will be more crime. And I'll be real with what I'm saying to you. To fix the crime problem in Trinidad and Tobago is not about more police, more commissioners, more guns, more ammunition. That will not fix the problem. To fix the problem in Trinidad and Tobago in relation to crime, you have to be able to move these communities out of the poverty level. Where there is mass poverty, it will only breed mass lawlessness. And we are faced with this situation. And if you are to look into the areas and the constituencies that these problems is prevalent, it is within the constituencies where poverty is of a high ratio. It is in the constituencies where education breaks down. And to fix the problem, we have to get back from the youth. We have to get back the youth within our educational system, and we have to bring policies to the table to move these constituencies from that level of poverty. Because outside of that, my brother, down on my side, I will tell you something. I also do farming. And I am telling you, right now, people balling with Prejudice Lassani right now. People balling because people need to eat. And in the absence of that, this week, right in Superior, there's a Chinese grocery, an armed guard. An armed guard on duty. And just imagine, high daytime, 2 o'clock, 3 men walk in the grocery, pick up what the other pick up, stick up the guard, relieve him of his firearm, and the cash from the grocery. People reach a stage that they will do anything to survive now. And the government, or any government that come into power henceforward, have to be able to pay attention to education. And when I say education, education from a broad perspective, not just secular. We have to be able to bring those who cannot take that type of education, bring them to learn a trade, get them involved in activities, carpentry, masonry. We have to spend time training our young people, because outside of that and outside of employment, no police commissioner would be able to reduce the murder and the heinous crime within Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm sorry, but that is the reality. And this is not Gary Griffith or Stephen Williams. This is policies that the government need to pay attention to. They need to spend more money. We give national security the biggest budget for the past 10, 15, or if not 20 years. We give them the biggest budget. And yet within the biggest budget, crime is still out of control. And that is to tell you that the government of the day is not paying attention as to what is the root cause of the problem.
Victor Roberts, I could see why you was a PNM, you know, because you get a good PNM education. I could see that. Victor, you can laugh. Victor, you can laugh. You get, you have to laugh.
And this is what government need to pay attention to, because outside of that, we will continue to we will get our next commissioner of police and we will blame him the same way.
I'm telling you, we will just get exchange. I agree with you. I fully agree with you, man. You know, why agreeing with you too much, you know? I should just disagree with you just to disagree. You know, because you know what I know what happened when he was at UNC and the next place is at PNM. You just disagree. You have no reason why you disagree. You just disagree. So I could do like them other PNM and them. Nah, Victor, I disagree with you. No, Victor,
but we have to get it right.
Yeah?
We have to get it right. We have to get it right in the country. We have to get it right.
And Victor,
and that is why I am encouraging the people on the 30th to come out in their numbers and stand their ground.
No, Victor, I'm encouraging that. But Victor, let me tell you something. Eh? I want to give you guys an advice now. Eh? I want you and the underground report and them fellas and them, the Pumpek of radio, Sly TK and Wordsmith. Right? You know who's the Pumpek, right?
Listen.
I just call him the Pumpek. He just call himself the Pitbull. I just call him the Pumpek. Yeah. Right? You know what I want to hear Ola doing, Victor Roberts? I want Ola to have a push forward in all 41 constituencies. I want to see Ola go through all 41 constituencies. That go tell me it's not a PNY UNC thing, it's a countrywide thing. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see you go around the Savannah and push back around the Savannah or thing, and you have the Prime Minister pity and all kind of. No, I don't want to see that. Give me country. If you're serious about country, go on the 41 constituencies.
That's brother, rest assured, on the 30th, you will see people from the 41 constituencies. As a matter of fact, people will be coming from Tobago. You will see them there, rest assured.
All of them in yellow? All of them in yellow? All of them in
yellow.
yellow.
And then he will decide if he wants to still be a PNM.
All of
them, brother, all of them in whatever color they have to wear. Could be yellow, could be red, could be black, and could be white.
Hey, Victor, I never see, Victor, if you see cuss again in this chat, I don't know, you come in the village here, and I gain cuss left, right, and center.
Oh, Lord, poor thing.
But I feel, Victor, I don't think we could bring you back, because you gave me too much cuss. Again. And it's man, woman, and child.
I didn't want you to know. You work on it for yourself.
Yeah, you got to talk on his side. Because, and Victoria, the thing now, it's not just man and it's woman too, And
yes, my number is 316-4468.
Yeah.
I just give my number anyway. And it's 1 phone and a half, so you're sure to get me.
Yeah, no, listen, man. Victor, all joking aside, right? You know what it is? Is that we have to decide, right? We have to decide that we have to do what's best for the country. Yes, we are going to support a party. And I just tell people, I have no problems with people supporting our party. But to me, if your party decides that you think things are not right or something that you standing for, like I decide to stand up for exile and stranded citizens. You understand? My party decided that they will lock out people. I took a stand against my party for exile and stranded citizens. Right? And listen to this. And as soon as I stand, they tell me it's a UNC. They say, boy, Wall Street is a UNC now, boy. Right? But that's the way it is. But I understand that. But Victor, I want to say this, man. This discussion that we have tonight, man, was a very vibrant and fantabulous discussion. And we need to have more discussions like this. Yep. Really and truly. We need to have these type of discussions because we could put things on the table and we could come to some type of consensus. Right? And I not disagree with you because you're a UNC and I a PNM. So everything you say, I go disagree. We may disagree on a few things, yes. Right? Yeah. But if you say something that makes sense, I should be able to agree with you, even though you supporting the opposition party, and that's okay.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
But so you can't disagree with the facts, so they bring the facts.
What facts? What facts Victor bring?
Lady and gentlemen, I have to leave because it's
I know.
And it'll take me about 15 minutes to reach home because what happened in my area.
No, Victor, no hold you any longer.
Listen. I want to blame your PNM again. In my area, internet don't last. It just come and drop. Yeah, so I had also moved to another area to get a free flow of internet. So it will take me about 15 minutes to reach back home. And afraid your PNM police waiting on the road for me.
So Victor, listen, we're not going to hold you any longer, man. Closing words before you go. Closing words.
Well, my closing words to all who locked on is that I hope that the day will reach when people in Trinidad and Tobago will hold each politician accountable for their action. And not only so, but we must recognize that when we elect somebody, we elect that person to serve. And if you elect an individual and they're not performing, I think that somewhere along the line, we must be able to fire them. And if it means when that time reach, which I know the country probably outlive its constitution, but for the time being, that is on the back burner because of the majority that we do not have to facilitate, except if opposition and government come together to make changes in the constitution. But we'll see how that goes. But we have to stand firm, we have to stand strong and hold politicians accountable.
Victor, man, thank you so very kindly, man. We appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro. We'll catch up, brother.
Thank you, and the honor is all mine.
Okay, take care.
Be safe and stay blessed.
All right, cool.
I didn't say much to you, but I know you.
Yeah. Anselm get licks in the chat for you. Go ahead.
No, I'm freedom, fellas.
Me helping you tonight, night.
Anselm can't handle the facts of performance between the two governments. Since Dr. Rowley gone in there, he started before people and take our things from them. That is not, not what we support him for. That is not what we support him for. And what I see, when a government takes office, and I have a serious problem with who is PNM and who is UNC or who is what, when you take office, you're elected as the Prime Minister to serve all the people. The Prime Minister had showed no interest in listening and working with people across the board in the country. All right? With a lot of arrogance.
Look this one. Takesha slap Devon boy. Takesha say, Anselm, tell Victor, well done.
You mean Devon Van Winkle?
He never goes like Devon. He's standing ground. He knows what's happening in the country. Oh, good. Takesha, you're wicked, girl. You're wicked.
Devon Van Winkle, that is his name. Let me put it in the chat here.
Anselm, I gotta switch the device. I'm gonna come out and come back in.
Okay, no problem.
Devon Van Winkle. Yeah. He's asleep.
What breadstick? Why you get pain? Please, only talk about. I tell all you already. All come on here, pain the building. All you running all your mouth. Rose want bring back Victor. Bring back Mr. Victor, boy. Yeah, hey, Richard Ramuth, I thought you say was PNM Ellis. Anytime after 10 p.m., well, I'm sorry for you. Hey, look, Ray Stelt, Bama come in, boy. Ray Stelt.
Hi, Nadira.
No, Nadira was there before.
And she said hello to me, so I'm saying hello.
Hey, Nadia, Mr. Victor, good job. Takesha ain't easy, you know. Left, right, left foot, right foot, and some.
Ray want to know how your blondie friends going.
Which blondie friend?
I see you realize we have 710 persons in the chat.
Oh yeah, boy. I know.
714.
Ellis, what, Richard? Ellis Island. Victor, you're going PNM meeting now? What is that? Look, listen to this fella. Let me see. Listen to this.
Ron Horner.
Of course, little Ron Horner. How you know is he?
Anselm is a nice person to keep away from.
Who said that? Little Ron Horner? Eh? Who said that? Little Ron Horner? Of course, yeah. Was it a diet PNM stooge? Will never change. You probably get changed for a cent piece, but not Anselm.
Oh God. Somebody said Devon Welch looking down a KFC. He have a fast food face. Oh God. You need to drink some Wonder the World for that.
What does so Wall Street you're very what is that? Ellis Island say what? Wall Street I feel it has served baby heart in Balize house. Wall Street you're very wicked politically. What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
I don't understand that fella, you know. Run, Honor, translate that for me. Hey, we chutney singer Rajvi, see? Rajvi. Nah. Oh, what? Lana say what? Lana, you're wicked and don't bring back Yogi Bear.
Oh.
Lana, that's not nice, Lana. Oh, God, Lana. Not nice, Lana. Carice, say what? Carice, you talking to Raystel in the chat? Carice, you talking to Raystel? Nadira, you think I'll put...
While we're at it, Anselm, remember we said we want a male guest co-host from the chat. Who's volunteering?
We suggested Ellis Island. Tell Victor well done.
Yeah, we want a male.
Rules like Devon. He stand his ground, and I read that one already. Yeah. We suggested Ellis Island. Ellis, I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know if you can handle it like Lana and Takisha, you know, because you can't come in as a guest host and lower the standards now.
Oh,
you know, because here you might bring him in and you go lower the standard that the Takisha and Lana set.
That's why right? you say you have winter on your chest. That's not a cold.
What is that?
That cough you have, that is winter. That's not a cold.
All right, whatever you say.
Oh, Tommy, Lord, them does hit hard.
I don't even know.
But Anselm, can I suggest Mr. Montano as a co-host too?
Yep.
Yeah. That's not a bad suggestion. Hey, Albert in the chat. Ask Albert if he could do it now. Lana says she's gonna tape it for you, the village show. Which village show, Lana? Darren Prasad. Darren, what's your story? Close your eyes, Anselm. Close my eyes for what? Look sleepy. Look sleepy, wake up. Sleepy, wake up.
That's why you get licks. I ain't helping you tonight.
Sleepy, just wake up. And you put preach in all uppercase. Sleepy, wake up to be slumber. Sleepy.
Yeah, you keep on messing with them. Go ahead.
Sleepy, just get up.
Yeah, Rose. Albert Montano's in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, Rose will join him, Anselm. Rose will join for
her. And we're doing men next time. Albert or Ellis?
Yeah. No doubt about it. Darren, you only saying one word all the time, you know. What's your story? Let me see what Sleepy saying again.
Are you guys hearing me? Okay.
Yeah.
Sleepy says, Education Sports Community Development Center needs proper tools and staffing that will reach the people. Hey, Sleepy, wake up, boy. That's a good point.
Oh, you know, Takisha, that's a very good suggestion. Bring Devon and Victor one-on-one. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Why not? There's lashes in there, boy. Why not?
No, I'm not doing that. Nah. Takisha, right now, good suggestion.
Why? I like that.
No. Right now, good suggestion.
Because Anselm know what's gonna happen there. It's gonna be
I like that. I like licks. Yeah. I want to see fireworks in the village. I thought that's what you want.
But we have to be very realistic. If you suffering the people, if you notice this killing is mostly over turf, you know. You have one or two things with a little arrogant thing transpire between neighbors and family and things. But the real killing in the country is a battle between the different gangs and groups in the country there, you know, and it's a battle for survival. So you're suffering the people and you force them into a situation. I mean, it comes to you and it comes down to me. You have to live, right? You have to live. You force me in a situation where you have made yourself an enemy. This is not what the leaders of the country are not connecting with the people. They get elected, they're shaking hands when they want to get elected, and when they get elected, they wind up the glass and pass you straight like you. There's a dog worse than a dog on the side of the road. You know what I mean? So it's a total disconnect that I see is the cause of the problem. If I was prime minister, I would say all are we eating in this country together.
But wait, Tikisha says Ansem needs to come to Trinidad for 2 weeks or a month and just go in these lower class areas and see if the government is doing a good job, especially his area he grew up in. And then he can Tikisha, listen to this, eh? I know what's going on in my community, eh? And I'm not saying that things cannot be better in my community. I've said that over and over and over. All right, Ramesh Maratz, Ramesh. I wonder which Ramesh is that boy. But that's a different Ramesh Maraja. He put an H on the end. Tikisha, I know what's going on in Navantilla, and when I go back home, I just say it's very difficult to see what happened. And 44 years later, things have gotten worse. And I've said that over and over. I've said that. I don't hide that. You know, look at next one, Troy Smith. He's our next one.
But Ansem, just imagine all this construction took place in the country in Port of Spain. Right? The newest building, the big skyscrapers they built down there, the big waterfront project. How much people from your area get an opportunity to pong one piece of iron, or to drag a piece of iron, or carry some concrete, or put down one brick?
Oh, you know that?
How many people? You tell me. You from Laventille. I went up Laventille there in the local election, right? First time I in Laventille up there, right up inside of Laventille there. And I sit down shooting the breeze with them guys. I say, let me ask all this something. Any all they get any work when all these buildings put up over here? No. So what you want them to do? What you want them to do?
Gary, listen to what Ramesh said. Ramesh, you better call Ramesh Lawrence Maraja to get some facts. The most amount of corrupt police were weeded out under Gary Griffith. Anybody see that statistics anyway? Statistics. Anybody see them stats anyway? The most, all right, I could make up this too. The most amount of extrajudicial killings in the history of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is under Gary Griffith. Right?
Come back with that.
The highest of extrajudicial killing under Commissioner of Police was under Gary Griffith.
Well, you have to understand the circumstances we are surrounding these things, Anthem. You can't have people threatening the police commissioner, talking about killing his wife and all this kind of thing. These gangs went to. You think these boys is when we was playing with Gova Wood and Bicycle Tube? These boys is dead serious, you know. They're playing with Gova Wood and Bicycle Tube. Okay, they have heavy artillery, and they're taking on. They're bold-facedly going on social media and threatening the police. What do you think they're dealing with?
So Gary, if they threaten the police and you go into the community and they haven't committed a crime, you just go and kill them, right? And that's good. That's acceptable.
Listen to me. These young men are engaging the police full throttle.
Gary, the 3 people that get shoot up in...
But you only using that one example. That is not the only thing happening. That is not the only thing happening. They have them engaging the police head on.
All right, Gary. Which police was arrested for them killings?
You can't take one circumstances and spin it around. Yes, we have some arrogant police. I know we're dealing with that. We have some arrogant police in the country.
I'd bring back Victor Roberts because I like him to match up with you, Diana Benskin. Victor Roberts.
We're putting me in your back and all for. I tell you, I don't support no party in Trinidad. Don't drag me in your back. I put people.
You used to play, you was the goalie in hockey. So you know about shifting goalposts. Gary shifting the goalposts.
Me and shifting of goalposts are very realistic with you. You have to understand what the man was dealing. You standing outside and criticizing the man. The man take a position. He set a goal, right? He didn't accomplish the goal because you don't know what the circumstances were surrounding that. Maybe he didn't understand everything that he was dealing with. But the fact is, you have to take into consideration what he was dealing with. You have walk an inch in the man's shoe.
So Gary, what you are saying that is acceptable for you to kill innocent black youths. That's what you are saying. It's acceptable.
Nope.
Choy Smith, let me come to you. And some TTFA going bankrupt. Talk now. So, Choy Smith, you know why they went bankrupt? You know what you go say, Choy Smith? You and Ellis Island and Little Run on don't know nothing about TTFA. You don't know even what that means. So I can't call you in that. Breadfruit and all you have any more breadfruit in Barbados?
Yeah, we always have breadfruit.
I told you that have breadfruit season. That have breadfruit season.
You don't have a breadfruit season, but we always have breadfruit. What's the point?
Oh, let me get back to Choy Smith. Choy Smith and some TTFA going bankrupt. Talk now. So Ellis, you know what? So Ellis, what is the reason why the TTFA going bankrupt? You know the reason why the TTFA going bankrupt? You know who it is? It's the Green Man again. You know who the Green Man is? That's why the TTFA going bankrupt. And you know who the Green Man was part of, right? Choy Smith, come now, man. Or come better than that now, man. Come better than that now, Choy Smith. Please.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say? The man take all the money?
I just said the Green Man.
Or the TTFA not getting support because the man not there anymore. He was the man that make things happen.
Oh, the Green Man who take all the
all
money?
what they want to swing about, with all the PNM people want to swing about Jack Warner. Jack Warner is the man that caused things to happen. He was a mover and shaker.
Jack Warner name. I never.
Jack was a mover and shaker.
So Jack is the Green Man?
I don't know who the Green Man is. I don't know who you want to blame. Who you calling it? I'm just telling you. The PNM hate Jack Warner for going with the so-called Indian party. That's the number one hate. Any African person that go with the Indian party, they have a death warrant for them. That's the PNM. That is your PNM answer. That's your mafia PNM.
Oh God, Gary, the Green. Ask them so-called Warriors players if the Green Man ever paid them. Go and ask them. Ask them. Go and ask them, Gary Yamabia. Ask them now. Ask them where the money gone. You just ask them. Look what Ellis. Look what Ellis Island say. Wall Street, only when you have on a suit, you're a song half smart. Who invited Ellis? So all I had to go, have a 9 o'clock meeting.
Okay, so let's wrap up.
Wait. We invited who? Either Ellis Island or that fella. All right, folks. We had to get closing comments. I have a meeting at 9. Well, 9 my time, 10 all the time. So Anthony Medford welcome you late tonight. So let's go. Closing comments. Gary, go ahead. Closing comments. Go ahead, Gary.
I would just say a quick good night, family. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Brother Roberts, for joining us. And we'll meet up on Saturday.
Gary.
Good night, everyone.
Good. We have a big guest Saturday. Huge.
A big what?
A big guest Saturday. Big. Large guest. We ain't telling them who it is yet. But we have a big guest. All they going to be shocked. All they think in the village easy. We have a guest, but let me not say no more. All right, Gary. Thank you very much. Tommy, go ahead.
All right, guys, you'll catch up. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna say something by this French political theorist Montesquieu.
Yeah.
He says for most things, for most things, success depends on knowing how long it takes to succeed. For most things, right? Success depends on knowing how long it takes to succeed. Also, Muhammad Ali says, the fight is won or lost. Okay, I'm gonna forget that one. I'm gonna forget it. But President, good night to each and everyone. It's been a pleasure being in the village tonight. Victor did a super job making his point and getting us sensitized to some of his problems. And we look forward to seeing him again in the village. Good night to each and everyone.
And of course, folks, it's a pleasure again, to have you guys join us here in the village. All I would say to you is that your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall, so that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work out, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Go ahead, Anna.
Okay. I'm going to talk briefly on change. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself, Leo Tolstoy said. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world, Harriet Tubman. You can't change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust the sails to reach a favorable destination. Change can often be a difficult thing for everyone to accept. No matter how big or small, sadly, many of us fear it. In Trinidad and Tobago, the lack of sufficient government aid during the lockdown saw the birth of activists, including myself, with laudable cries for relief for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, which have now evolved into the pushback movement. Pushback is defined as a resistance or opposition in response to a policy or regulation, especially by those affected. There are citizens in Trinidad and Tobago who want critical issues of the society resolved immediately. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change to seek, Barack Obama said. Trinidad and Tobago, are you ready for change? Are you ready for economic growth? Are you ready for access to capital? Are you ready for a safe society for your women? Are you ready for your roads to be fixed? Are you ready for an end to water shortage in all homes? Are you ready to stop smelling sewage day and night? Are you ready to root out the corruption? Are you ready for a proper healthcare system? Are you ready to bring back paradise? Are you ready for transparency in government? Are you ready for proper representation by your elected officials? Are you fed up? Then you're ready for change. This is Diana Benskin, your global ambassador and your poet, bidding you auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Good night, my beloved people. Stay safe.
And folks, that's it. We out of here. See you guys. Take care. Later.